So the premise of this video is going to be around the representation of black characters in Mortal Kombat. And in Heavenly Gamer's video, he basically puts across the argument that black characters are poorly treated in Mortal Kombat. Really, really poorly treated. So I guess we're going to get two perspectives here, a black Brit, half black, and African American. And I guess we'll see where we stand on this. It's not a long video.
Guys, I want you to watch this clip and tell me if you think it looks a bit problematic. I can't be the only one.
Oh, he's about to be a dumbass, isn't he?
Do you know what? We'll let it rock. We'll let it rock. We'll let him make his explanation,
Yes.
and then we'll give our critiques on it. But it's not off to a good start.
When it thinks this looks weird, right? Just look at what we're seeing. The developers made a big buff Terry Crews built black man walk over to a skinny, bald, frail white woman, get on one knee, bow to her, and then pat him on the head like, "Good boy." I mean, when I first saw this, I couldn't believe my eyes. I said to myself, this gotta be selective amnesia, because there's no way the writers don't know about slavery, right? I mean, who thought this was a good idea? And I don't want to hear y'all in my comment section saying, "Dude, it's just a game. Besides, Geras isn't even human." You're missing the point. First off, you're right. Geras isn't human, but let's be real for a second. We all know that Geras is supposed to be a representation of a black man, and whether you like it or not, imagery still carries weight. So when you put a dark-skinned character on his knees getting patted on the head like your favorite dog named Rufus, it makes you question why they would even put this shit in the game. Especially once you realize that Geras is confirmed to be Kronika's slave. And no, I am not exaggerating. His entire purpose is to serve her every command. But what really makes this strange is that on MK1, Liu Kang, an Asian man, treats Geras like an equal and even calls him a friend instead of treating him like a pet. So it's very interesting that when a white character was in charge, they made her a slave master to a dark-skinned character. But when it's a different race, now they're friends. And look, I'm not accusing anybody of anything. That's not what this video is. All I'm doing is making an observation. I'm showing you the evidence. And by the end of this video, I want you guys in the comment section to let me know, does Mortal Kombat have a problem with black characters?
Okay, so that's the Geras part, right? So you lot are saying this is a troll video. It's not a troll video. This is, not only is it his most popular video, but everybody in the comment section is agreeing with everything he's saying. Everything he's. I went through his comment section. It is a unanimous, this is a good video. I didn't really see any negative feedback. There might have been a few people calling him a hotep. I did see a couple of those comments, but for the most part, he's being serious.
Hold on. Okay, when MK11 came out, I made a video about people complaining about the Jax ending or whatever, right? And I think it was about like him taking over the.
He's gonna get to Jax. He's gonna get to Jax.
Whatever he says is probably dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably already.
Trust me, you're gonna want to save anything that you have to say about Jax. Just trust me on that. Let's focus on Geras for the.
Okay, let's start. Let me rewind it. So with the Geras thing, right? It's one of those things where it's probably not even intentional that they did that. Like Kronika's Kronika and Geras is Geras, right? And if he was white, you wouldn't have made this video. That wouldn't have been the intro of your video. But I get it. Like it's kind of like those things where people meme will be like for example, like we watching a horror movie or something. I'd be like, see why the black dude died first? They racist. Like it comes off jokey like that. And then this is why everything be getting so changed and the sissification of shit because people too sensitive. Like this wasn't even like inherently a racist thing, and it's not like Geras is like some trash glazing Kronika. He's falling under the control of her too. Am I not mistaken? Ain't that a thing in MK11? That Geras.
So Geras is he is her servant, but the problem, the context that he's leaving out is that everybody operates that way around Kronika. She's like the overlord of everything, and there's a particular scene in MK11 where you literally see her treating Cetrion like this. She doesn't put her hand on her head because they're in the middle of a fight with Liu Kang, but she literally manipulates Cetrion, and then when Cetrion is no longer of any use to her, she absorbs her. So she was a servant as well. She was exactly the same. His problem is that Garrus is black, and there's a white woman putting her hand on his head, but he's leaving out the context that she does that. She would do that to anybody, and Cetrion's her own daughter, and she treated her like that, and she absorbed her. So he left out that context and tried to make it out like Garrus is the only character that serves her, when in reality, the entire MK universe she would look at as her servants.
Yeah,
she treats everyone like dirt. That was Cetrion's thing. She is the master overlord. So, you know what I want to do as well is, if there are, while we're discussing this, if there are people that disagree with our talking points, let us know. Because I don't want it to be an echo chamber where me and Yaya are agreeing on everything. So if there are points of contention that you guys have that you think maybe we're misrepresenting, then please let us know. Because obviously I always try to invite opposing voices on, but typically people don't want to argue or get into debates. But that's how I see it. When I played MK11, Chronica treated everybody like shit. She treated everybody like they were less than, and she even sacrificed her own daughter when she was no longer useful to her. So if your issue with the Garrus thing is that he's black, then the only workaround is, well, there's two workarounds. Garrus is the only one that doesn't get treated like a servant, and that just seems like overcorrecting. Or remove Garrus remove him from being a black person. I don't know what else you're supposed to do. If she treats everybody the same, why would Garrus get any different treatment?
Yeah, like in the context, like it wasn't a race thing. It's just the universe storytelling thing that everybody was built around how Garrus was. It's weird to complain about that.
It's a non-point, because the point only works in a vacuum. If you don't play MK and you don't see how Chronica interacts with the universe, then to somebody looking, they would be thinking, yeah, NRS are misrepresenting black people in their games. But when you get the full context, you understand that she's just a piece of shit and she treats everybody like that.
Okay.
But yeah, okay. So the next, he's gonna.
I feel like the video, before we go further, how you brought up the idea of like certain talking points he makes will be in a vacuum. I'm gonna keep that in mind, because I feel like there could be like a lot of obtuse points to fit the video narrative. Yeah,
do you know what? Just for clarity's sake, so no one thinks that I'm misrepresenting what he's saying, I will actually show you the clip of Cetrion treating no, sorry, not Cetrion. Chronica treating her like she's less than.
I have failed you, dearest Cetrion. You have done admirably. Yet there is one final service to perform.
Keyword is service, right? Service. That's what servants do. Right? They service you. Pause.
Yes, Mother. I understand.
Right. So she literally did that to her own daughter. She literally did that. Cetrion is black coded. Don't piss me off, bro. Cetrion is black coded. Are you being? I know he's trolling. Yeah. If she's willing to do that to her own daughter, and as we know, with the story, Chronica is happy to do that to anyone, then that is a moot point. It's the Garrus, like you guys were saying in chat, Garrus is treated a lot better than some other characters in this game. All right, the next character is Cyrax, which this is interesting because I always thought Cyrax had a very cool story, but he has a different spin on it.
Because if you think this situation with Garrus was just a one-time thing, oh man, we need to talk about what they did to my boy Cyrax. Because when you actually look closely at his history across every single timeline, you start to notice a weird pattern of how the writers treat his freedom. So, in the original timeline, before Cyrax became the Yellow Ranger, he was a black man from Botswana, Africa, who got inducted into the Lin Kuei clan alongside people like Sub-Zero, Smoke, and Sector, right? And while he was with them, he rose up the ranks fast as hell because he was incredibly skilled at martial arts, which naturally captured the eye of the Grand Master. But the Grand Master must have been high on that Coco Loco because he was doing some shady stuff behind the scenes. Tell me why
I hate the AI so much.
into
Yeah,
really
the video is full of AI just to prepare anyone's eyes.
Yeah, so just keep going because
some of it is funny. I'll be honest.
yeah, some of it's funny, but like, damn, bruh, like
we emotionless, ruthless killing machines by transforming them into robots. Now, any sane person would say hell no, which is exactly why Cyrax took off faster than a fat man getting invited to a free all-you-can-eat buffet. But somehow, some way, they tracked him down, kidnapped him, and did him dirty. They ripped apart his body outside of his vital organs, wiped his memories, and turned him into a robot slave. Now, some of you are probably thinking, oh, but in the original timeline, Smoke and Sector got turned into robots too, which is true. But Cyrax's fate was 1,000,000 times worse, and I'm going to tell you why. So for starters, Sector actually wanted to be turned into a robot, so he doesn't really count. He's happy with being a robot. But Smoke, he didn't want no parts of that. So what makes Smoke different from Cyrax? Look, man, imagine this. A parasite by the name of Yellow Ranger is controlling your body. But one day you snap out. And unfortunately, you have to keep snapping out because you and Yellow Ranger are in a never-ending war for control until one day, by the grace of the heavens, Sonya and Jack see you fighting against your own programming and decide to help you. But immediately after gaining control of yourself, you come to a terrifying realization. You are now a robot. Do you know how traumatic that is? I'll tell you how traumatic that is. Cyrax was so disgusted with what he had become that he spent the rest of his life desperately trying to become a human again. And he never got the chance to because he died a damn robot. But Smoke, on the other hand, never had a chance to process what he had become. So he didn't have to deal with the trauma that Cyrax did. And on the rebooted MK9 story, Smoke was never turned into a robot. Instead, it was Sub-Zero. But by MKX, Sub-Zero was back to his normal self again. You know who wasn't, though? From MK9 all the way up to MK11,
he's so
Cyrax was a robot slave.
Yeah, these points are, I mean, just on the points that he's made so far, a lot of the reason why, in my opinion, Cyrax has always been more popular than Sector is that Cyrax was given a much better backstory. He's a much more sympathetic character as well. Like he said, that Cyrax realized what they were doing and he didn't want to be a part of it. They gave his character a lot more agency. It wasn't just mindless ninja that wants to serve his grandmaster. Cyrax was thinking for himself, and I think a lot of the characters that get those sort of stories benefit from it long term. Like, we resonate with characters that go through struggle, and I always thought Cyrax was the coolest out of all of them for that reason. The rest of them are just like, well, Sector at the very least is your run-of-the-mill bad guy. Serve the grandmaster, do what he wants, turn myself into a robot, keep it moving. Whereas Cyrax gets the tragic backstory where you can sympathize with the character, and maybe he doesn't get the ending that he deserves, but you can be like, he was a real one. Cyrax was a real one. So complaining that Cyrax got a much more fleshed out story is really baffling to me. I don't know, am I reading that wrong? Like, he's complaining about Smoke, saying Smoke didn't really know or didn't really care. But that's worse. Like, that's just like the character was mindless. Cyrax is the only one out of all of them that has a real character. So you're complaining that this character had to go through struggle, which is one of the key features of a lot of these characters that we resonate with, and we're like, yeah, we can respect that. And you want them to take that away. I don't understand. What's the alternative?
Yeah, I feel like his whole ordeal comes from, and I feel like the video is just memes. It's too hard to take the video seriously for me because of the AI everywhere. Some of it's funny.
But just pretend like you're not looking at AI. Let's argue the points.
Okay, the points, I get the points, but the point I'm saying is he's using, so far in the video, there's a common recurring theme that he doesn't like the idea of black characters being kidnapped or being imprisonment and changed, right? That's something I'm noticing so far. Even with Geras, he doesn't like to bow down to Kronika. Then now he doesn't like how like he brought up the Sub-Zero example, turning back into a character. Like, obviously, you know, everybody wants normal Sub-Zero. That's a thing. That ain't even got to do with the story. That's just a thing that's going to piss people off if that want a normal Sub-Zero. Right? I think even at MK9, everybody didn't even like Cyber Sub-Zero at the time. So, like, why would they just piss everybody off and just make that a thing? So they had to tie that into the gameplay and the whole package of MK11 and X or whatever. And here with Cyrax, right? Y'all ain't gonna, people ain't really gonna care. Like, they could not show, I guarantee they could not show the skin of Cyrax or Sector, and niggas won't care because they know they want the yellow robots, right? They want the moves. The moves are more iconic than the skin of the characters, if that makes sense for me. Which is why, like, y'all may not agree with me, but I didn't really care about it when they did it in MK1 because I know, like, as long as they had those signature moves, that's what mattered to me. Right. Yep. So I don't know. I feel like he's just pushing. He's going to run off the narrative. Like, why was he a slave? Why was this person in imprisonment? To try to tie in like the misrepresentation of black characters in the game. NRS Games was made in Chicago. I can literally look and see the building. And like, it's around black people. Like, it's kind of crazy to say that. I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead.
It's a perplexing point for him to make because there are several ninjas in the Lin Kuei that became slaves to this like regime that the Grand Master had, but Cyrax out of all of them is the one that has a backstory that the player can look at and be like, that's our guy, that's the one that we root for. Not only that, but between Cyrax and Sector, I don't know about you guys, but Cyrax's moveset is way cooler than Sector's. I think it's always been cooler than Sector's, and he's always been the one that has been overrepresented in tournaments as well. They've always given Cyrax the special treatment when it comes to gameplay. He's one of the most annoying characters to fight in MK because of how good he is. And then you also give him a story where people can sit there and say, yeah, do you know what, Cyrax, he's cool. That's a cool character. I can get down with that. That's the complaint here. This is not... Anyway, he's going to get into female Cyrax as well now.
Who was never freed from his programming. And when he finally is free from Yellow Ranger on MK11, he immediately had to sacrifice himself by shutting himself down to help Scorpion and Sub-Zero. But he never woke back up because the timeline was erased. Then we don't see Cyrax again until the Chaos...
So he died a hero. Cyrax died a hero. He went through something traumatic. He managed to pull himself back and he died a hero. So... I don't understand how that's an L. Cyrax is the coolest out of all of the cybernetic ninjas. It's not even close. Anyway, let's see what he has to say on female Cyrax.
DLC on MK1, but wouldn't you know it, they gender swapped his character to a female, which, look, that's cool. I don't have no problems with that. But why did you reduce her to a second in command? The entire story is centered around Cyrax, but instead of making her a badass independent leader, they took Sector, the character from previous timelines that was always Cyrax's peer, turned Sector into Cyrax's master, then turned Sub-Zero into her grandmaster, and from there, Cyrax spends the whole damn story mode seeking approval from Scorpion, all because she was manipulated by Sub-Zero and Sector into crashing Scorpion's wedding. And yes, I said seeking approval, because Cyrax literally apologizes to him mid-fight at the very beginning of the game and basically explains that she didn't know what was going on, even going as far as telling Scorpion to kill her to atone for her actions, which is a huge apology because I would never, especially if I knew I was manipulated. But this is ultimately why
Well, there's your first problem, Heavenly Gamer. His wedding got crashed. Scorpion had every reason to be pissed. Yeah. You would still apologize. Even if you got manipulated, you still did it. So you would say sorry on that basis alone. You'd apologize to Harumi. Was her name Harumi? Scorpion's, Harumi. Yeah, sounds right. You would apologize to Scorpion's wife and to the clan that are currently getting slaughtered because of your fuck up. There's nothing wrong with apologizing on that. Secondly, he's saying that they made Sector Cyrax's master, but correct me if I'm wrong, in the story, did Cyrax not beat Sub-Zero and then Scorpion back to back at the beginning of the game?
Yes.
Did that not happen? I didn't see Sector doing that. I didn't see Sector getting all the story beats that Cyrax got. I didn't see Sector getting the redemption arc that Cyrax got. Yeah, she got a higher title than Cyrax in name, But Cyrax is the one that got all the character development, is the one that turned over a new leaf, is the one that beat up both her grandmasters somehow. I don't know how that happened. She's the one that traveled with the hero. She saved Scorpion when he fell off the bridge. Let's not forget that. This is a load of nonsense. But she shouldn't say sorry for crashing his wedding. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, in the MK11, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was all Cyrax, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion in that timeline that they all worked together to fight the Lin Kuei and Chronicle. I think it was something like that. So it's not like they belittled Cyrax in a way in most timelines. The only time I could think of like Scorpion actually defeating Cyrax was during the tournament in MK9.
Del, thank you for the $5. Sector and Cyrax are not equal in rank. Throughout the MK timelines, Sector consistently outranks Cyrax due to family heritage.
So
you know what? I forgot about that, to be honest.
You know what? In that case, then that makes his whole video, this whole section bad because they literally just played on the lore of what was previously stated in MK. Having Sector be the front face in that way over Cyrax,
yeah,
that just works out.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I forgot about that. I actually forgot completely because they've bastardized the Sector and Cyrax with the gender swap, in my opinion, anyway. I forgot about their previous law, but Del's right. That is correct. They carried that law over into the current law, and even in the gender swapped versions, they're consistent with that. Like Cyrax ends up becoming the one that is respected, the one that is welcomed back into the clan, or the one that has agency again. Sector's the one that was doing stupid shit.
Yeah.
How could you complain about Cyrax's representation in this game when she stands next to Sector, an actual blithering idiot, made so many stupid decisions, and then was too either egotistical or too up their own arse or whatever to walk them back? Not until literally Sub-Zero got turned into black mud. Like these arguments are so stupid.
Oh, another thing to answer a question in chat, because it was kind of crazy. Somebody asked this. Thank you, Dale, for bringing that up. He's the GOAT. His content, you've been doing way better with it, by the way. Shout out to you. But somebody asked, why am I not upset with the gender swap? I don't ever really get mad at gender swaps unless the gender swap looks lame to me. Like, personally, I hated gender swaps. And it's not even on no horny tip, but, like, I just like women. And two, like, as long as it... because, like, for example... I give an example that I personally like it more. A lot of people may not agree. Let's use Invincible right quick. I absolutely do not fucking like the comic version of Tech Jacket. He doesn't appeal to me. But the Tech Jacket that they put in the Amazon adaptation of it, I really do like. I like the energy. I do like bubbly characters like that, Miss Marvel, stuff like that. That's the shit I just like. Understand if you don't like it. So for me, yeah. But as long as the storyline, and plus with MK, I know y'all gonna hate me saying this, but the thing with MK and why they need to stop doing his timelines and just converge the shit to something is because you do have timelines, and in timelines you can make alternate different versions of characters, right? So you have to view the timeline. This is how I've always viewed, even when it comes to Marvel, you view the timeline version of the character as its own entity, a part of the universe, instead of judging it compared to like just a certain staple. Because once you have the timeline iteration of a gender swap, right? Like Cyrus, I'm like, all right, do they still feel like those characters? Do they have those characteristics? It's not like some other timelines, the bad ones, right? Where you got shit that they try to make them into like their own timeline for as excuse. Like, obviously, the Avatar Last Airbender cartoon and then fucking from M. Night Shyamalan are two different things. Like, one's obviously ass to me, you know, but I don't know. I just had to say that to clarify that before we go further.
Wolf Spain, thank you for the $2. Lowborn proven through action versus highborn misconduct. Perfectly put. Perfectly put. Couldn't have said it better myself. Lemon Tea, thank you for the $5. My stepdad called me when MK1 first released because he was so mad about the gender swap Cyrax. He's in his 60s.
Well, I'm not. Look, no disrespect to your dad. He old. He's seen some shit. So, of course, he'd be mad at a gender swap.
I didn't like it.
I know you don't like it. I knew you weren't going to like it. I played it. I just got it early, and I was like, half people's not going to like this.
I mean, the character played like Cyrax, but
yeah,
obviously Sector and Cyrax are iconic characters. If you gender swap Poison Ivy and Catwoman, people are going to look at you like, Why
Like,
would you do that?
a prime example, I'll tell y'all right now. For gender swaps, since we own this before we go back to the topic. For example, and a lot of y'all not gonna agree, but I was in Evo when it happened. And I was hoping they would have added both variants, but or something like that. I absolutely hate that it wasn't Master Raven over Raven. However, I know people was asking for Raven for so long that they was gonna put that Raven back. But I generally like Master Raven over Raven. I just like the design, the black braid. Like that's just something I just really like. That design is very close to home for me. But I get the iconicism of Raven, right? And I don't even count them as true gender swaps. Like you can't use
that's
like
not
Ironheart.
Master Raven's not a gender swap.
Like Ironheart 2, that's not a gender swap. That's just another iteration of a character, right? Like a gender swap is like, all right, we got Iron Man, and then they bring out Iron Man, now it's Peggy. That is gonna piss people off. Even with Iron Man, Ironheart, I was loving the show until Mephisto fucking came into play. And all of the characterization, all that shit they just threw that shit out the window and it made me dislike the character. So Ironheart is not original in its own way, but it's not necessarily a gender swap. It's just another character within the realm of Marvel and the Iron Man universe compared to like what they did with Cyrax here in Sector. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
you're right. Because with those sort of things, like anyone can wear the Iron Man costume and have the what's it called that he's got in his heart again?
I forget the name of it. At the moment,
whatever it is, repulsor blast, whatever, I can't remember what they call it. But you can get Thor's mantle, or you can not Thor's mantle, sorry, Black Panther, or you can put on the suit.
Arc reactor,
yeah.
Cannot think of it.
But with Sector and Cyrax, they literally swapped them out. They swapped them out. There's no version of Sector and Cyrax that exists in this game that represents the Sector and Cyrax that we know. But in Marvel, you can have someone wear the Black Panther outfit. You don't have to like it. Like, I don't like it when I don't see T'Challa. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but Shuri's not a gender swap. She's just another character with the name.
Yeah.
Scorpion's wife convinces him to spare Cyrax, yet for some reason, even though he spares her for being completely innocent, he stays angry at her, which leads to Cyrax going from apologizing to actively seeking his approval throughout the story. The first time she tries to seek his approval is when they're in Havoc's lair and she brings up the issue out of the blue and tries to get him to understand that humans make mistakes. The second time was when she sacrificed herself by falling off of a fucking cliff to save Scorpion from falling. But she only did that to get back on Scorpion's good side. And the third time is that
God forbid a character want to get back into their friend's good graces for fucking up their wedding and killing half of their clan. God forbid. And God forbid that the character is actually written in a way that helps another popular character find their way instead of being angry all the time. And don't get me wrong, I'm not defending MK1 storytelling. It's not great, but within the context of this discussion, Cyrax was helping Scorpion along the way. If it wasn't for Cyrax, there were plenty of times where Scorpion was going to be in trouble. So you're complaining that Cyrax is atoning for messing up and listening to Sub-Zero and Sector, and you're complaining that Cyrax is a hero. Am I tripping or something? Like, I don't understand.
I'm with you.
Omni Slash, thank you for the 10 euros. I think it's the implication in the future they'll have to appeal to people who like the gender swap versions when it's unnecessary to do it in the first place and will create more friction. No, I agree with you, because now when we go into MK2, there is going to be a contingent of the fan base where if they bring back the original Sector and Cyrax, even though I think that would be the right move, there are going to be people bitching now, because this is Cyrax to them. This character is now their Cyrax because this is their first MK game. So it does create friction. And this ain't Marvel. They ain't got the what's the words? They ain't been doing it for as long as Marvel have, where you can do the multiple timelines and people are cool with it. Because they've done 3 timelines now and people tend to only like one of them. Whereas Marvel's got multiple different branching paths and people like a lot of them. So I know what they were trying to go for. It just, in my opinion, it didn't land.
The very end of the game, where she invites Scorpion to her place just to try and apologize to him before the conversation even starts. Like, how many times do you need to apologize before it comes off like you're seeking approval? You were manipulated. It wasn't your fault. which is why at some point Scorpion says this.
I had no business judging you for believing Bihan's lies.
But nonetheless, she finally gets Scorpion to forgive her. And guess what happens next? He invites her to be a part of the Shirai Ryu clan, and he becomes her new master. Part of me thinks Scorpion is just doing this shit to get back at her for ruining his wedding. But the point I'm trying to make is that they literally reduce Cyrax's character to just being a really good sidekick. And that is a huge recurring
He says this as they show one of the rawest scenes with the character. like it's just contradicting like his point. He could have showed like the scene of her getting watched by the missiles or anything. And I'm like, you saying this as she's just fucking watching everybody in the middle of an invasion.
Yeah, this was a terrible point. His complaint is that Cyrax was written well enough to sorry, it sounds like I'm defending MK1. I'm not, but this guy's points are so bad that I'm going to have to make a defense now. The character was written in a way that would make one of the most iconic characters in the game say, "I'm the fuck up. Can you come over to my clan?" That's what your complaint is. That Cyrax was a major driving force in the story and got Scorpion to say, "Can you join my clan, please?" And normally in these ninja clans, they're a lot more savage with the way they have people join them or the way they're inducted. But he forgave her because even if she was manipulated, she's still fucked up. That's a fuck up. If Yaya is manipulated by, say, C4 manipulates Yaya, and then Yaya comes at me, and he's cussing me out, and he's saying, "I'm gonna take your channel down," and he gets me flagged or whatever, he still has to say sorry. Even if he was manipulated, he's still got to say sorry for it. He's got to win my approval. I'm supposed to be his friend. This is such a bad point. And then the idea that Scorpion would just be inducting her to get back at her for ruining his wedding doesn't even make any sense. At that point makes no sense whatsoever. She got an invite from the Grand Master. You get an invite from the Grand Master. When these ninja clans, they don't invite you to join their clan. They put you through rigorous training and try to kill you most of the time before you get to join the clan. You enter these clans crippled, or you have to go on like these missions and do really fucked up things to people for you to prove your loyalty. Scorpion was like, "Hey, you can join my clan. Like, you're a real one." That's the complaint here. Absolutely ridiculous.
Mortal Kombat and their black characters, as we're about to see. So let's continue with Jax. First and foremost, we need to address a harsh truth. Jax wouldn't be a part of Mortal Kombat if it wasn't for Sonya getting captured. The only reason why Jax was brought into the Mortal Kombat tournaments was because he tried to save Sonya and got dragged into the drama. So if you're a Jax fan, you technically have to thank Sonya for him even being on the roster. But at the same time, this exact dynamic is why Jax is fundamentally treated as a sidekick. His sole purpose in the grand scheme of the narrative.
My brother, these AI pictures are absolute. This is why we're gonna have a water drought for dumb pictures like this. Please, just like, obviously it's your YouTube channel, you can do whatever you want with it, but try to avoid spamming AI. I know it's kind of unavoidable for a lot of things, but this is avoidable. Someone said in the chat you could have used stick figures.
Bro, he could have found a club picture and just cut their heads out from the renders and pasted it right there. Anything else but this. And he literally said, "Give me a roller." I know what he typed in. He literally said, "Give me a costume party in 1993. Put Sonya in a Batman costume. And I need Jax, a black Jax from the 1993 movie, in a Robin costume." And he hit enter and it gave him this bullshit.
Yeah, this is not good. This is not good at all. But the first point of you saying that Jax is only here because Sonya needed saving, so Jax is a hero. He saved up he showed up in a tournament with people that are shooting fireballs to save his friend. So he's a hero. He did it. He did his job. He looked out for his partner. So he's a hero. Great.
It is lazy. They'll argue it saves time because I ain't have to go make the shit myself. But this shit look worse.
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to use AI, he can do it if he wants. But I think the idea of being a creator is creating things.
No, because if I'm being honest from my perspective, let's talk about this for a second. If I'm being honest from my perspective, you're a talentless motherfucker, right? Because you just type the prompt into AI and just let the shit go away. Personally, I'm gonna always tell you, It's okay to use AI to speed up the work processes and do shit like that. I've used AI to like, hey, cut this head out right quick or make this line clean, but not make that bullshit. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I hear it. I didn't know you could use AI to like fix your thumbnails and stuff. But I mean, to each their own, man.
I mean, yeah, it's
try my
whatever.
best to stay away
The
from it.
video worked shit, so he did something right.
He forced content that you guys talking. He succeeded. Yeah, no, it's fine. I ain't got a problem with people making the content. If I didn't want to talk about the video, I wouldn't talk about it, obviously. I think it's an interesting take because he's not joking. He's not joking. I know you guys think he's trolling, but he's not. He's promise you, I went through a bunch of his videos. He is not joking. So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was very interesting because not only is he not joking, but this is the most popular video on his channel, and he's got over 2,000 comments on this video, I think, or close to it, and it's a unanimous W. I guarantee if I looked at his analytics, he would have almost 100% likes on this video. That people, it was positively received. So if thousands of people are positively receiving this video, I think it's worth talking about. OmniSash, thank you for the €5. Mike, I don't know why, but I feel like they'll make Hanzo the new Sub-Zero. I don't know why. Let's not speak that into existence. Let's not. We know that there's an MK game coming now, or at least we know NRS is working on something. They've hinted at it a bunch of times, and someone said the other day that Ed Boon is working on something exciting. So there's probably a new MK game coming out. But yeah, let's not speak Hanzo Sub-Zero into existence because I think I will actually crash out if I see that.
Is just being there to help back up and protect Sonya. Outside of that, the writers rarely let Jax do anything truly monumental that allows him to stand alone as an independent powerhouse. For the longest time, the main thing that made him stand out visually was the fact that he has two big-ass metal arms. Now, it's worth noting that in the original timeline around MK3 and MK4, Jax was wearing metal sleeves over his actual arms to enhance his strength, until this was retconned around MK Deception to basically imply that he willingly went through surgery to replace his own arms with mechanical ones. But later down the line, the writers thought it would be an amazing idea to put him through a crazy amount of trauma. So by the time we get to the MK9 reboot, Ermac, the telekinetic ninja that thought he was Darth Vader and shit, he pulled up on Jax and used the force to rip off both of Jax's biological arms. Fortunately, Jax somehow survived, but he survived one of the most brutal, traumatic mutilations in Mortal Kombat history and was lucky enough to have robotic arms built to replace his original arms. But as the timelines progress, Jax's story becomes a straight up fucking tragedy. After getting brutally murdered by Sindel in MK9, he's resurrected as a mind-controlled revenant slave for Quan Chi until Raiden finally frees him in MKX. And out of all the characters who went through that same hell, Jax is the only one the writers decided to give severe crippling PTSD. His trauma was so bad that he chose to retire from Mortal Kombat completely and become a farmer just so he could live a quiet life with his wife. But the writers couldn't let the man just have his peace. Instead, they wrote the story to frame him as a detached, borderline deadbeat dad to his daughter Jackie. Then they forced this man right back into the Mortal Kombat conflict while he's still actively suffering from psychological trauma. And it becomes so bad that by the time we reach MK11, all he cares about is making sure his daughter, the only thing he has left in the world, is safe. And how do the writers exploit that? They have him serve Kronika as a villain, completely taking advantage of his broken mental state just so he can protect Jackie. But once again, he serves no monumental role, and he is reduced to a servant and a support character until the heroes finally convince him to switch sides.
Okay, so firstly, cool. I like someone said it just before I was going to. Calling Jax a deadbeat dad is kind of weird. They gave Jax a very again, I hate the fact that I have to defend the recent MKs because of this guy, but they gave him a storyline where I'm like, I can see where Jax is coming from. I can understand where he's coming from. Jax was just a guy in the special forces. He got brutalized by Ermac. He managed to survive somehow, which you could say makes Jax a pretty tough character because there's probably a bunch of other human characters you could have put there, and Ermac did that to them, and they don't survive. So Jax is pretty tough. He survives. He has a pretty human story where he just wants to go home and be with his wife. He's suffering from PTSD, and he still goes back into active duty to help his daughter. That's a story you can get behind, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah.
Like that's a. He's not just like action.
If
like,
anything, that's
action.
a very black man American thing to do. like.
Yeah, they didn't just turn him into action man with big arms, where he just goes back into the fight. Like the MK tournament and the invasion fucked him up, but he went back into the fight to help his daughter. I don't know what he's talking about. Jax is a real one. That's called character development. We got a problem with, and calling him a deadbeat dad that's crazy. Wasn't Jackie wasn't her entire style kind of modeled after Jax because of how he had been involved with her and how he'd raised her, and then tried to emulate him. These
points are bad. I don't know. He's like
we've got an incursion, got an invasion here.
Hey,
what's going on, man?
Fucking, that literally sounds like he came out of.
Bro, I'm waiting for food and all that, but I wanted to. Well, I'll call the Marvel stuff in chat for a minute. This was one of the points where I was like, "Oh, that seems a bit like off topic." It's the Jax one. It's near the end though, so I thought I'd jump on now. If I go quiet, that's because I'm getting my food.
By then, the damage is done. He barely accomplishes anything, and the timeline gets completely erased. So fast forward to the MK1 timeline, and his character is completely dropped from the main story, except for one scene. Now, can somebody please tell me why the only scene where Jax is the main focus, it shows him struggling to survive and then getting murdered by Havoc? Mind you, this is the last kill of the entire story before the Havoc DLC. I would rather y'all not even put him in the game if you were gonna do him like this.
But I don't understand. What's it got to do with race? Like, there's no meaningful distinction here. Jax is the last remaining surviving character in Armageddon, and he dies. Like, so he's the last man, not standing because he's crawling, but he's the last man alive, and he gets killed. There's nothing meaningful here with this. There's no like point to this is a racist theme.
Bro, this nigga a LARPer, bro. Like, oh my god, I forgot about Armageddon because that was the whole point of this section anyway.
Bear in mind, that's just one Jax. Hundreds of them have been killed, and hundreds of other characters are killed. There's literally people lying around Jax mutilated. If Havoc hadn't shown up, because of Jax's history of getting his arms blown off, he probably would have survived this. He probably would have survived if Havoc had not shown up. But there's no meaningful distinction being made here. What if Jax dies first? It's because they killed the black guy first. If he dies last, it's because you wanted to torture the black guy on screen. Is that can't fucking win here? Just kill him off screen and you complain that he's
I ain't gonna lie. When the game came out and I beat it, I was salty that. But those are some of my favorite characters. So I was like, damn. But like his point trying to connect sucks. I was just mad that I was like, damn. And Jax is a cameo.
Yeah. Well, so Sonya.
I know.
So it's not a race thing. That Sonya, Kano, Jax, they're all isn't Scorpion as Hanzo Hasashi is a cameo as well.
Yes.
So they fucked up loads of things. It wasn't just Jax. I don't understand why he thinks it's a race thing. Wolf Spain, thank you for the $10. Honestly, when I joined stream, I thought we were going to talk about how Storm once again got left out of getting a store skin in Marvel Rivals. She hasn't had a store skin since season 2, and it's season 9 now. Marvel Rivals is on season 9. Holy shit. But anyway, this point with Jax is just not a good point. Jax is not the only character that is mainstay from MK that missed out on MK1. And him being the last man standing here, there's nothing meaningful with that. Everyone got slaughtered.
And speaking of not putting someone in the game, where the fuck is Jade? Now look, I gotta get this off my chest because I fuck with Jade the long way. But Mortal Kombat stayed doing her dirty. In her very first game appearances in MK2 and MK3, she's clearly a brown-skinned woman. Then y'all make her light-skinned by MK9. In the Mortal Kombat Annihilation movie, she was a full-blown Asian woman. And now in the new Mortal Kombat 2 movie, y'all gave her the Amber Rose, except way less crispy. You literally got people online comparing her.
But she's black.
Yeah, you're complaining that they made her light skin in MK9, but Tatiana Gabriel has got darker skin than Amber Rose, and now you're complaining.
But then he bitched about some niggas. Keep going.
How? Wait, what? Where's Amber Rose from anyway? Is she black?
I thought she was just. All I know is she was with Wiz Khalifa at one point. That's all I know. I don't know nothing else about her.
Does anyone know where Amber Rose is from? Can we get a read on that? I don't. And what does she do anyway? I don't. All I knew her for was being with Wiz Khalifa too. I don't actually know what she does.
Any 33 me's in chat? We need identities.
I just know she was with Wiz Khalifa.
Someone said she has a big bum. That's great. That doesn't tell us what she does.
Wild.
Her to Avatar Aang. Why are y'all doing this to Jade? Guys, it is not that hard to get her character right. But even if y'all do get her character look right, her character writing is still fundamentally flawed. And for you to truly understand what I mean, we have to look at the role that Jade plays in Mortal Kombat. As most people who follow the lore know, Jade is Katana's royal bodyguard. So her sole purpose is to protect Katana at all costs. But to me, it feels like Jade is just Katana's personal slave dressed up as being her best friend. Think about it. What does Jade actually want for herself? Nothing. The writers didn't give her a single personal goal. If Katana's angry, Jade is there to comfort her. If Katana is in danger, Jade is there to save her. If Katana turns her back on Shao Kahn, Jade turns her back on Shao Kahn. And some of y'all are probably like, but Shao Kahn's a dictator. Of course she'd turn her back on Shao Kahn, wouldn't you? Well, duh. But this is what you're missing. Jade's entire identity is completely built around serving Katana no matter what, even if it means turning her back on the very person that gave her the order to protect Katana in the first place. And nothing proves this more than what I'm about to show you on MK11. Watch this.
By the gods, it's true. This is what I become.
Blame your loyalty to Katana. It led directly to our death.
Then so be it. I would not trade Katana's friendship for anything.
It is pitiful you choose servitude.
Guys, even Revenant Jade calls her relationship with Katana servitude.
She calls her relationship with Katana servitude because she's a revenant and her mind has been warped.
Yes.
Jade and Katana are friends. What are we talking about here?
Sometimes you gotta take niggas' microphones away.
My head hurts. Darkman, thank you for the $5. I could C4 make me feel like DSP sometimes about digital women. Wait, what did we say? We were on your side. I was like, buy the Fortnite outfits if you like them. I ain't got a problem with it.
And what makes this so wild is that Revenant Jade proves to us that she's so brainwashed into serving Katana that even though she blames Katana for her own death and secretly resents her for it, she still can't let go. Instead of
the Revenants are the brainwashed ones. What? Anyway.
The writers letting her leave Katana behind to become her own independent leader, we see her choosing to serve Liu Kang and Katana as her emperor and empress. Shit was already bad enough that during the Sindel massacre in MK9, Jade suffered the most brutal death out of everyone when Sindel shoved her hand into Jade's stomach and ripped out her heart. But then she gets turned into a mind-controlled Revenant slave by Quan Chi.
Surely that's not that bad. For Mortal Kombat,
It's Mortal
ways to
Kombat.
die, that can't be that bad, right?
Yeah, that's
in that particular fight, that was probably the worst death out of all of them. Not in the whole game.
Right.
Because
Okay.
she reached into her stomach and pulled her heart out. So she had to put her hand all the way up and rip it out. That's pretty bad. But for Mortal Kombat standards, it's not the worst. Obviously,
Okay,
it's not
okay.
the worst. But yeah.
Only to receive a fraction of her freedom back once Quan Chi dies, just to turn around and serve Katana, the very person she secretly resents, for getting her killed? What the hell is going on here? Then y'all don't even put her in MKX. Y'all put every other Revenant from MK9 in the MKX story, but you left out Jade. And I could understand if you were setting her up to play a big role on MK11, but you didn't. And what makes it even worse is that Katana has a gameplay variation on MKX called Mournful that basically has all of Jade's signature moves. But it's like at that point, just put her in a fucking game. And wouldn't you know it, they did the exact same shit in MK1. Jade.
Okay, this might be a bit of a cop-out. But I genuinely think this might be a good explanation for Jade's absence in MKX.
Yeah.
She might have been absent from MKX because at the time, Jade wasn't that popular. That could be a reason.
I don't think that would be a cop-out. That seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I know that because people are going to look at Jade now. Jade's very popular right now, and she's been very popular in the past, but character popularity varies over time, right? Like Danger, for example, is going to be much more popular than she was however long ago.
Yeah, for sure.
And that popularity is probably going to waver over time. So Jade has been popular before, and she's popular right now because she was in the MK movie, but she might not have been that popular when MKX was coming out, and they probably thought that there's a connection between Kitana and Jade, and Kitana's always been popular. She's never not been a popular character. Let's give her Mournful, and it will represent the Jade players. So she basically got a Jade function. I think that might be a reasonable explanation for why. Or it could just be some characters don't make the cut. Sometimes games come out and we're like, why isn't this character in the game? Like Dudley. Although that might be a bad example because he's black, so that might be a point against me. He might use that against me. But sometimes some characters don't make it into the game, and we were like, why did this character not make it in? Sometimes they save them for the next game. Maybe
some characters get power crept by popularity. I always thought MK had that probably the worst. If you think about like all the ninjas, they're just like at the start they were just color variations, right? But they all had their own like name, personalities, fighting styles. But an outsider looking in just sees, oh, this is Green Scorpion, this is Smoke Element Sub-Zero. I think that still happens from like a casual aspect, or you can just have something like in Rivals, when the game dropped, everyone was about Squirrel Girl. Everyone was talking about Squirrel Girl. All the cosplayers were doing Squirrel Girl, and then she got power crept. Invisible Woman came in the game. Emma Frost came in the game. She got power crept.
Yeah, listen, if you watch WWE, you see it all the time. Wrestlers just fall off because someone else came in. Everyone's attention goes over there. It happens with all characters. Any character work you see anywhere, it happens. So it's not necessarily a racist thing. NRS is like ignoring her because she's black or disrespecting her. What C4 saying is true. She probably got power crept. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. I like Jade. I think Jade's a pretty cool character. Did I care that she was in MKX? No, I didn't care. Sorry, I don't mean to offend the Jade stands. I know that they're very militant on Twitter, but that might be the reason.
Hey,
she's popular now.
Katana Prime, but I've not heard of Jade Prime. So
oh yeah, yeah. The stands on Twitter, they are something. The Melina stands, they're the ones that you need to watch your back over.
Are they the ones that went after Sikander?
Yeah, they went after Sikander hard. I said to him, "Oh yeah, I got your back, bro." And then I saw what's going on, and I looked at him, and I was like, "You might have to deal with this one on your own."
Yeah. I'm here for moral support, bro. Like, I can't get involved.
Is nowhere to be found in the main story, but they introduced a cameo system in the game where non-playable characters serve as assist characters in battle. And they came up with the bright idea to bring back Chameleon and give her some of Jade's moveset. Dog, the disrespect is real. Why the fuck do y'all keep doing Jade dirty? Can you please just do Jade justice once? Just for once. Look, I know I can't be the only one that feels this way.
So no, she was also one of the strongest characters in MK11. I just want y'all to know that.
She was fucking annoying in MK11, man. Yes. Oh my lord.
Just letting you know.
Was it back two?
Down back two.
They drove me mad. Absolutely drove
like, that's what it was.
But he's saying, "Oh, please do Jade justice just for once. Please do."
You just want Jade in the game.
Please do Noob Saibot justice for once. Every time I think you're going to do him justice, you fuck him over. I thought they were going to do him justice in Chaos Reigns. The guy got his ass whooped by Tanya, got knocked out. Do you know how angry I was when I saw that? We can point to loads of characters where the NRS has done a terrible job representing them. Now, maybe Noob Saibot is a bad example because technically he's also black, so maybe he's going to use that against me as well. But I'd still feel like they did him dirty. They 100% did him dirty. We can use loads of characters.
Look, please, flood the comment section saying, justice for Jade. Let's make this shit loud enough so that if anyone from NetherRealm is watching for whatever reason, they can see exactly how many of us actually give a fuck about Jade's character. I'm sick and tired of seeing Jade get pushed into the background and treated like a goddamn lapdog. And of course, this isn't the only person they do this with. They even do this to Jackie Briggs. All they did was copy and paste Jax's entire narrative template onto his daughter Jackie. They both joined the military. They both rely on high-tech metal arm enhancements to stand out visually. And worst of all, they both play the exact same role of the subservient sidekick who exists purely to prop up the more prominent white characters in the series. For Jax, It was
That's
Sonya
not even
Blade.
true.
For Jackie,
It's so stupid.
Out of the combat kids, she's not even the worst one. The one people will argue is the worst one. And I love him. Love the gameplay, everything he stands for. The arguable worst combat kid would be what the fuck is his name? I had his name. I forgot. Kung Jin, yes.
People didn't like him because he came out as gay to Raiden.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, but I'm like, I'm supposed to just act like, oh, you suck because you're gay. Like, I don't. That's why I said what I said. I love him for everything he stands for. Inclusivity is an important thing when it comes to these games to it a bit. But Kung Jin had the rawest. In MKX, he had the Bojutsu variation. That was the one I played with the dive kick into the bow stab. I love that one. But
his playstyle was very, very cool. Very cool. It was a shame that he never got a chance to come back. Out of the combat kids, Takeda and Kung Jin were the two cool ones, even though Jackie and Cassie got most of the spotlight.
yeah,
Cassie's irritating to no end.
I know. Okay, that's fair.
I don't like Cassie.
I think Takeda, if I had to say the coolest two, it would be Takeda and Cassie.
It's Cassie Cage, the daughter of Sonya and Johnny. And because they made Jackie too much like her father, she's boring as fuck and doesn't have no real identity. And to be honest, that's probably why a majority of the fan base doesn't even care about her. I have never in my life heard anybody say that Jackie Briggs is their favorite Mortal Kombat character, and I doubt I ever will. But the disrespect gets even worse when you look at the power gap between her and Cassie.
That's disrespectful. Because there's one character that I know niggas is slandered to this day. I've never heard somebody say, yeah, man, I can't wait to come home and play Collector. Like,
I mean, he was my main, but I never said that, to be fair.
like, yeah, I've never heard someone ever say that. So, like, and even if you said that was nobody's favorite Mortal Kombat character, in the game she's in, both games back to back, she's one of the strongest characters.
Yeah.
And MKX, she had the fucking vortex with the gun, and then don't get me started on 11. Everybody was playing Jackie. She had hands.
But I think he's talking more about her story representation.
I know that, but still, like, he saying a statement like that means it branches past your story.
Didn't Coach Steve play Jackie?
I believe Coach Steve. Sonic Fox played Jackie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I didn't think she was unworthy of being someone's favorite character. Like you said, Collector. I like Collector. I think he's fucking hilarious, but it's not a flex saying, oh, yeah, I think he's like the sickest character. I just don't tell people about that. I don't tell people how much I like the character because I know it's not cool to like that character. But with Jackie, I don't get the dismay to her being your favorite character. I don't get why anyone.
What do you think brings you more shame? Telling someone that your favorite character is Collector, or telling them that you played them fighting hoods?
Collector,
really?
Yeah, and ironically, probably Collector.
Yeah. I could show you Sauce and them fighting herds.
Yeah,
I could literally pick T-Han would show you and be like, look at the Spyro combos. What you gonna show people? Collector?
Yeah, no, Yaya's right. I can convince or at least make it reasonable of why I like that game, but there's nothing on this rock that we are inhabiting that I could say to make you think that Collector was even mid. If you just don't like Collector, there's nothing I can say to make you think otherwise. It's just not doable.
That's fair. That's fair.
The writers basically turned Cassie Cage into the next chosen one of the franchise because apparently the green glow attack she inherited from her father allows her to slay gods. Meanwhile, Jackie isn't allowed to be anywhere near her level of power, relevance, or skill. At least with the other rivalries or sidekick duos within the franchise, it's somewhat debatable who would win in a fight. But NetherRealm has this little girl, Cassie, out here single-handedly whooping on Shinnok, the elder god that's supposed to be so powerful even Raiden has a hard time dealing with. And poor little Jackie is standing off to the sidelines crying because she knows she's unimportant. And unfortunately, I am so certain that we'll never see Jackie do anything as remarkable as...
Don't even look like her. Don't even look like her. They're like some Latino lady he found from like Google.
He's got to stop with this AI stuff.
Keep going.
I am so certain that we'll never see Jackie do anything as remarkable as Cassie Cage. And that's if they ever bring her back. But speaking of remarkable, I want to talk about Jax and Jackie's character endings on MK11 because nothing highlights the writer's total lack of imagination for these two characters quite like their arcade endings. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because apparently, even though most of us don't look at the MK11 or MK1 arcade endings as true canon, Due to all this multiverse stuff happening within the games, every character ending is considered true canon that takes place in different timelines created by the Hourglass. But let's jump back over to Jax. Now, to be fair, when you beat the game with Jax, he actually gets a happy ending where he uses Kronika's Hourglass to rewrite history, stop black people from going through slavery, and ensure him and his family live happily ever after. But look, I'ma just call it how I see it. This shit comes off racist as hell. And if you don't believe me, watch this. Scorpion is Japanese. In his character ending, why didn't the writers make him go back in time and stop America from bombing Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Because that would look
turn
weird,
this shit
right?
off. Turn this shit off. Turn this shit off. Turn this.
Call it Hiroshima is fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna talk about food. Yo.
This was the bit, bro. This was the bit.
Nigga said he said a jutsu there. Nigga said Hiroshima. He hit
to mispronounce it like that and have all the AI pictures makes me question, bro. He said it like how you type it.
Yeah, I wonder if he like had a script and the script like read it. You know when you type something into Google and it says it back to you, but it's not pronouncing it properly sometimes. Yep. There's no way that there's no way. I've never heard someone say Hiroshima before.
With so much confidence, bro. With so much bass in his voice as well.
Woodstown, Hiroshima. Like he said that shit like he was Hashirama or something. I'm actually losing my shit, bro. Look, Neo in her chat, Hiroshima. I know why that's frying me. Hey, he could have AI the pronunciation instead of he fucking C4 left. I came back. Oh shit.
Well, this guy, bro.
I got a fucking headache, G. Keep going, man. I don't even want to talk about it.
All right, let's let him finish this explanation because I think it gets worse.
It's not even a part of his character arc, and the same thing can be said for Jax. When has Jax ever shown a strong pull towards race or slavery? The answer is never. So why would you make Jax's ending the Wakanda forever? You should have gave that to Geras. He was literally a slave. Instead, you made him kill himself because all he wanted to do was get some fucking rest. But Jax's ending literally comes off like you're trying to pander to black people because you know how blacks have been treated throughout history. You don't do this shit with any other race in the game. Why? And it gets even worse when you look at Jackie's character ending. So while her dad is busy becoming Black Panther,
because this could be my ignorance, but Scorpion isn't from Earthrealm, right?
Yeah, Scorpion is from Earthrealm.
He is from Earthrealm.
Yeah, Hanzo, the Shirarayu were an Earthrealm clan, and when he was killed, his soul went to the Netherrealm because he was so pissed, basically.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that. Okay. I was gonna say like it wouldn't make sense because he probably didn't experience racism because he wasn't from Earthrealm. But if he was from Earthrealm, then maybe he did. But with Jack, it kind of makes sense, right? You don't have to be told for his backstory that he probably had racism in his life from when the game came out. You could just kind of infer that, right?
Yeah, I mean, people got really pissed off at this ending, and they were like, it's pandering and it's racist, right? That was also something that people were saying. My problem with this guy's arguments, they're saying that that NRS is pandering to black people with this ending. Okay, maybe they are. Let's go with that. But he just wants them to pander to all the other black characters. This entire spiel has been about them giving black characters special treatment. Because every single thing that we've pointed to, or everything that he's pointed to, we've pointed to being like, well, this is the actual context of that particular scenario. Like when he said that Geras was treated like a slave by Kronika, the actual context is Kronika treated everyone like a slave and did that to her own daughter. Literally said to her, your last act of service. And then she made her sacrifice herself. So yeah, she made her own daughter kill herself to give her power. But he singled out Geras as being her slave because he's black, when everybody was under Kronika's foot. So when he brings up this ending, I'm kind of confused, because in this ending, they gave Jax the power canonically to go back in time and free black people. Now this is annoying him. But in the same breath, he wants them to pander to black people, specifically in this game, even though we've pointed out that other characters go through similar struggles or don't get the same sort of recognition. So it's like he's just arguing for the sake of it. This sort of ending should have made him happy, to be honest with you. I understand why people don't like this ending. I completely get it. But this guy in particular, I would have thought he would have liked this ending because of everything that he said about all the other black characters and how they've been misrepresented. Now you're complaining that there's a black character that got godly power and went back in time and saved black people.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd be. I think I remember Fate not liking this, or maybe it's the Wakanda thing that's just throwing me off because I know Fate made that point as well. But I don't think it was about Jax, right? Was it about Jax?
Fate made a Wakanda video about Tanya, I think. Because I think people compared Tanya to the women in the Dora Milaje.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from the UK, but I think it's cool to have a long-standing black character. I'll be like, yeah, if I had the power, or if I could like fucking time travel and shit, I'll get rid of racism. I don't see why that's a bad thing. It's kind of lame. Like, it's kind of like a no-brainer. But I think someone had to have that line, like that story ending, right?
Well, I mean, look, let's put it this way, right? I know a lot of people had a problem with this particular ending, right? But let's be honest now. Let's be honest, because
if you black the ending raw as fuck.
Yeah, I challenge anyone to do this because I'm not changing my tune. When I saw this ending, I got shit for this. I shrugged my shoulders and I said, I don't see what the big deal is. I didn't understand why everyone was angry. Because let's think about it, yeah? If you come from a particular place, whether it's like me, I'm half Greek and half black, or wherever Yaya's from, or wherever C4's from, you come from a particular place and you get godly powers, and you knew that your people suffered for hundreds of years, and you could go back in time to fix things. Wouldn't it cross your minds? Wouldn't it? I mean,
I'd have stopped slavery.
Yeah, the idea of saving people, right? These people are meant to be heroes. You get godly powers. I don't think it's the craziest thing for someone to want to not have their people enslaved, right? That's not the craziest thing.
I don't know. I feel this is just like someone getting mad that Captain America wanted no World War II or something. Like, yeah. It just seems weird that the hero would do a heroic thing. Yeah, I don't.
Less people wouldn't have died if you go back and correct the shit. I mean, like, yeah, we got results of some things coming from, but that would have came eventually, you know?
I think it would be weird if they didn't make him do that, to be honest.
Yeah, he's American.
Buck Schneider said every race has been enslaved, only blacks cry by it. Okay, maybe I wasn't speaking English, Buck Schneider. I'll try again. I just said that if your people, I didn't say black people. I said if your people, I used Greeks, right? Because I'm half Greek. I used Greeks as an example. If I had the power of a god and I could go back in time and I knew that my people had suffered, Greek people, not black people, I'd probably go back in time to whenever that was and be like, maybe I'll help them out. I don't understand what's wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Forget about black people. What's wrong with helping people?
This must be a thing though, right? With if there was like a Jewish character and they did that for their people, would people make the same argument?
No, they'd call you a Zionist.
Oh yeah, true.
No,
example. Yeah, you're right. Let's not.
I don't understand. Like I remember when this. Oh, he's knocked his phone again. I remember when this ending came out and everybody got angry, and I was thinking to myself, why is everyone angry at this ending? I don't understand. I would have gone back in time.
Because people take it as, oh, they're just trying to make black people happy. So people being racist without saying, they don't want to say it. But like if you know Jax, he's an American military person. And he's probably seen a lot of shit in the military that most people don't see. If you had the power to go back in time and stop the shit that happened to your people, you're not gonna stop. You know, yeah. I would go back and stop the shit. Because a lot of the stuff that we still owed, you know, the running joke in America is like, damn, we still want reparations. If I had the power to, bitch, we wouldn't have to say that every damn time some stupid shit happened. I'd have just gone and fixed it.
I'm sure if a person from Japan got godly powers and there were things that they could do to maybe change some stuff up, I'm sure they might think about saving the people in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. I'm sure those might be things that they look out for.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Trying to do that.
What did he say? Like, conflict is what makes times interesting. You have to respect history for what it is. That's very easy to say from the comfort of your bedroom, mate. But there's people suffering around the world. So hold on, Buck Schneider. Let me get this straight. You become a god. You get the ability to go back in time and rewrite history. You're gonna be like, nah, character development. That's what you. Maybe that's you. That's not.
Let me ask the question to everybody in chat right now. Be real. Type 1 or 2 for this answer. You have the ability to go back in time. You could change the world for the better. Either outcome is positive. Remember, either outcome would be positive. You go back in time and be a lottery winner, right? Or you go back in time, fix slavery, and give yourself generational wealth. Which one are you picking? 1 for generational wealth or 2 just being a lottery winner? I want to see what y'all say.
How are you getting the generational wealth?
Because once you go back and like in the okay, this fucking Black Panther image is pissing me off. But in the actual scene, right? Like he goes back in time and you can see he fixes the concept is that he goes back in time and he fixes slavery, giving his people the chance to shine in a way that we never really got the chance to shine. Because you know, a lot of shit was stolen from us in from an American perspective, right? I don't know about the UK lore when it comes to slavery compared to America, but you go back in time, you stop fucking the slave shit. Now you in charge of it, right? Now you see in the ending, it made it to where the Black people up because they got the chance to actually do and develop shit and not be hidden behind slavery.
I want to ask Buck Schneider a question because he said here, according to Bible, it already happened. God existed. He allowed conflict to change the hearts of man. Okay, let me ask you a question then, Buck Schneider. I want to know the answer to this. If that's true, and you got the abilities to go back in time and change things, and in your timeline, your mother was killed or your wife, is your response going to be, it already happened in the Bible, so fuck my powers, I ain't going back because God allows conflict to change the hearts of man? Or would you go back in time to save your loved one? I'm just curious.
You're trying to put me in Flashpoint, bro.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
exactly what this is. I didn't want to bring it up, but we here now.
Yeah, we're in Flashpoint. What would you do? He's a fucking troll. I remember seeing him yesterday. He's gonna say something weird like, but if I do that, something bad will happen, butterfly effect, blah blah blah. What? He's not gonna give me a straight answer. I'll put money on it.
Do you know what? Buck Schneider, you got a phone, you got a camera. Let's get you up here, bro. Let's get that camera on. Let's have a chat. There's no way that you believe these things. Let's see what you say.
I never normally care about this, but I do. I wonder if he's black. Maybe I've been talking to Tope too much, but I wonder if he's black. Yeah, he's just rage baiting, which is fine. Rage baiting's fun until you get called out on your rage bait, and then you have to defend it. That's when they go quiet.
Yeah, like I mean, I just want to hear. I want to hear what he has to say. I would try to save my loved ones, but I wouldn't try to change history if it involves a nation. But saving your loved ones could change the course of history.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's hypocrisy, mate.
What do you hear from the UK, mate?
Like, let's say, for example, like you had a little niece or nephew, right? And she was little, but she died young, but you didn't save her. You go back in time and save her. She ended up finding a cure for cancer, saving the world and everything. Not a family rich. That changes the whole timeline of events.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he invoked the Bible. Surely the only answer you can give is God's will. If God decided to do that to your family member, you have to go. You have to shrug your shoulders and go.
Yeah, your loved ones are historical figures to something. They work somewhere. That's a part of a company's history.
No, but even if your loved ones aren't historical figures, so are loads of people that were in chains all those years ago. A lot of slave masters weren't historical figures. So
it's so stupid. People aren't historical figures at birth. Like did you know like who's a famous fucking person? Any famous person? They wasn't famous at birth. They grew into that.
Yeah.
These scenarios are such a stretch. Yeah, we're talking about a guy that gained god powers, bro. Of course it's a fucking stretch.
Yeah, it was a stretch from the jump.
From the jump, of course it was a stretch. Like,
do you not see what's on the screen? T'Challa shouldn't even be here.
I don't know what.
You use AI for every fucking thing.
You put AI in the way and turned Jackson to T'Challa. Yeah, of course it's a stretch. We're talking about having the power to go back in time. People are capping. If someone dies in your life and you love them, you will go back in time to save them if you could. And by that same token, if you love your people, black, white, whatever, you'll go back in time to try and save them. It will probably have effects on the timeline, as we know of the butterfly effect, but you'll probably still try to do it. So people getting up in arms because Jax was like, do you know what I'm gonna do? Stop a whole lot of bloodshed. I was like, I think you guys are just looking for something to be angry at, to be honest. There's enough things to be angry at with MK11 without this.
They weren't historical figures, they were NPCs. Crazy.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
He is an NPC, I guess.
Unbelievable. Del, thank you for the $2. Wakandans left black slaves, Killmonger, anyone?
Oh, you know what? He's spitting because he used the T'Challa thing. And you know what? This nigga's dumb. The nigga who made the video is actually dumb. Because literally the whole thing about the Black Panther and Wakandans, they moved away from civilization to make shit how it was supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They had fucking everything in that little cubicle.
Man said Jack should go back in time and try to stop black on black crime.
Hey, ban his ass, bro.
Don't ban him. He's just look at the fucking PFP, man.
No, bro. His name's Schneider. He got 7973 in his name and the PFP. It's a combination. It's a collateral bullshit.
No, but it's so sometimes it's good to have people like this around because sometimes like you have a conversation and you think that you're the dumb one. And then you read comments like this and you're like, I was being too harsh on myself. Don't ban him. Don't ban him.
Don't ban him.
Listen, freedom of speech. Look, you're free to say whatever you want to say. No, actually, no, you're not. Sorry. Let me not give you that green light. But you can say most things and it's okay. I'm not going to ban you. I don't like banning people. But if you say something dumb, I will call you on it. And I will invite you up here. If you want to come up here, it's up to you.
Oh, did he say he would come up? He didn't answer that, right?
No, he didn't say.
Yeah, come to the stream.
Selective hearing. You have to put the word black in the sentence, in the question, then you'll hear it.
If you're afraid that we're gonna rob you because we're black, don't worry. You're fine. You'll be okay. You can come up here and we'll be respectful. Despite what Chud the Builder said, we do have an IQ that isn't on the floor.
You do have decorum. The only thing that's been robbed is our intelligence with your questions and answers. Only robbing. What was that fucking game that you said was like really bad? That Get backers? Take backers?
What was it?
Was it take backers or get backers? Something like that.
What? A game?
That game that was at a game show. They showed the trailer. It was made from a dev team in Africa. And you did a video on it saying it was really bad.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what the name of the game was. I can't remember what it was.
Something backers. I can't remember. Yeah, he would love that game.
I need the Hiroshima.
Yeah, we need a Hiroshima. I need to get a gift for that. Black Phantom, thank you for the 20 DKK. Is this perfection the natural selection of lapdog? Omni Slash, thank you for the €5. If you're Greek, can you be cast as Kratos someday for the Greek saga, please? No. That would be a problem. Have you not seen the uproar of the Odyssey? Everyone that has seen the Odyssey has said that it's a spectacle with really bad dialogue and very weird casting. So I'm very, very curious to see what they do with it. I can't play Kratos. Kratos is a full-blooded Greek, man. I'm only half-blooded, so I think if you're gonna get someone to play Kratos, you gotta get the right person. Anyway, let's get back to this.
Looted in the issue of slavery without somehow erasing himself. The writers decided that in Jackie's character ending, instead of using her newly obtained godlike powers to do something cool or make her life better, she warps reality so that her father never goes through trauma, which ultimately leads to her parents never meeting and her never being born. So she erased herself from existence. Y'all gave her one of the saddest, most traumatic endings in the game. And I know it's sad because I saw people in the comment section of her character ending video say they cried. But I guess black people and trauma just go hand in hand.
That's a cool ending. She died a hero so her dad could live a traumatic-free life.
That's dope, bro. That's noble shit. Why would anyone be mad at someone being fucking so, like, non-selfish? Weird.
That is such a dumb thing. They gave Jackie a fucking hero's ending, something that you could respect. And my man had a problem with that as well. They can't have noble sacrifices.
I'm gonna suffer smoke again, bro. I can't. These people...
No, wait, hold on. Wait, let's just get this straight. You can't save your own people. You can't enrich them. You can't be a hero. You can't face struggles like most heroes do. So what exactly? I'm so confused here. What are black characters supposed to be?
She cared about her dad so much. She said, whatever I can do to get rid of his PTSD, I will do. And she did it. And people are mad. Yeah, man.
Do you know the worst
I feel sorry that you're an MK fan, Mike. I feel so bad for you.
I don't know if this guy's an MK fan. That's the thing, because like he's already gotten some of the lore wrong, or at least he didn't reference it. It's even madder because she didn't kill herself; she erased herself, bro. Her soul ceased to exist. There was no trace of her in any timeline because she did that. How are we shitting on Jackie's writing for that?
I think not enough people have like didn't grow up watching Disney. This is a classic Disney ending, man. Like the hero did the like self-sacrifice. Like this is not a new concept, bro. This isn't like a radical fucking ending. Like with how many characters there are in MK as well. You should be proud that a fucking black character's doing this, bro. I don't get it.
Yeah. I'm so baffled. If you're like super pro black, the fact that they wrote your character to be a hero so that the other black character can go on to live a stress-free life and be a hero in his own field is somehow bad to you, you're just looking to be angry. I'm sorry.
Bro, you know what as well? You know when you made the difference between Jack saving his people and a family member? We've got it. We've got the Jackie ending and the Jack's ending. So they covered both bases. You actually can't be mad at both. You can only be mad at one, surely.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what's going on here. Buck Schneider, thank you for the $2. By the way, I have respect for the platform. No hate here. I respect that, man. We just got a difference of opinions. That's all. That's all good. That's all good.
Jump on, though.
Come around the corner, fam. I'm joking.
Jump in the call, bro. It's friends here.
I need Hiroshima.
Hiroshima, bro. Mr. Moss, thank you for the $20. The Fourth Snake made a video about this. If I remember correctly, he did have an issue with Jax's ending. He also had an issue with people who dislike it for not understanding why it was bad. As for me, I'm kind of mixed about it. I don't think I saw it. Yeah, I don't know what do you know what his take was? I don't want to go and watch a whole other video.
I haven't watched Fourth Snake in a minute, so I don't know.
I
don't get mad at arcade endings. I don't know. It's like I don't know. Like I'm sorry if I'm sorry if that's kind of mean, but like if I ain't like it, just go next, nigga. Like I'm sorry.
Go to PvP, innit?
Mr.
Open up a lobby if you don't like arcade endings.
Thank you for the $2. So Lincoln Zelda from Hiroshima.
Hey, that's kind of OD.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to somehow.
You gotta make that a soundboard. You gotta make that a sound bite.
Maybe that's the first piece of merch that we create for the channel. I was there for Hiroshima.
Bro, be careful with the spelling, bro. A typo on that can end your career.
Yeah,
I'll get cancelled for that.
We can't even have any black leading characters because Kai, the guy who was literally trained by Liu Kang to be the next chosen one of the entire series, was stripped of that exact opportunity.
Man.
In MK4, the very game he was introduced in, and notice I said introduced in, he has a conversation with Raiden where he tells him that he doesn't want to be a Shaolin warrior anymore and that he wants to travel the world to find his soul, which is cool, but this is his very first game. What was the point of introducing him to replace Liu Kang if you're just going to get rid of him completely? Shit, what was even the point of Raiden giving Kai his legendary lightning staff, which grants him immortality and probably even more abilities if we're never going to see him use it? And then you guys wonder why everybody hated Kai. You didn't even give the man a chance to develop, which is crazy because in that same game, Katana offers Liu Kang a chance to settle down and rule Edenia by her side. But Liu Kang basically tells Katana, bitch, I'm married to Earthrealm. I can't be with you. That would have been a great opportunity to not only expand on their relationship.
Yeah, that was a good one. More of that. More of that.
Oh, man, that's hilarious.
But also give Kai the chance he needs to show us what he's made of. And honestly, I think the narrative would have been a lot better if Kai tried to leave on his soul searching journey only for Raiden to tell him he has to stay because someone needs to fill in for Liu Kang while he's gone. Then, if you guys still wanted to kill off Liu Kang during Deadly Alliance, all you'd have to do is make his death occur in Edenia instead of Earthrealm.
You know what's funny?
Speaking of Deadly Alliance,
I can't obviously prove this, but I'd imagine if Raiden forced Kai to stay and fight, this guy would be saying, see, look, another black slave. Raiden's making him do something he doesn't want to do. But this black guy got to do what he wanted to do, told a god, SYM, I'm looking for my soul, and it's still bad. Like,
yeah, you can't get everything, bro. Like,
do you want to know why Kai probably got this really big push and then it suddenly disappeared in MK Deadly Alliance? I'm going to take a swing in the dark here, but I think the reason why is that they introduced Kai and he probably wasn't being picked in MK4 arcades. And the developers, I know that developers have been able to pull data for character usage from arcades. I know they can do it in the old ones as well. I know they've got a much easier way to do it now. But I suspect they brought Kai out. He was very poorly or lowly picked amongst the roster, and they were going into a new era of MK with the 3D ones, and they probably didn't have confidence that he would be able to hold up the mantle where Liu Kang had done it. And that's probably what happened to him. Yeah, sucks for Kai, but that's usually why characters get written out of stories. Like they bring them in. Yaya, wake up, bro.
What?
What time is it for you right now? Isn't it?
I'm not asleep. I'm mad.
Okay. I thought you passed out.
No, if I passed out, I would have fell out the chair.
I think what they tried to do was they were like, let's introduce a brand new main character to take over Liu Kang's role. The same way they introduced Luke, the same way they've introduced Cielo, the same way they always introduce new characters to take over something. And sometimes they stick, and most times they don't, right? We're going to look at Virtua Fighter 6, and we're going to see how Cielo is received by people once the game comes out and people are playing it. And if Virtua Fighter 6 is a success and they move into the next game and Cielo is not the main character, you can bet people probably weren't interested. That's probably what happened. I remember playing MK4 as a kid. I don't remember playing Kai. As a matter of fact, I forgot Kai was in the game at one point. Sometimes you take a swing and you miss. I think that's what happened to Kai.
Yo, he making me mad because it's like you can't please people. It's like more cheese, more macaroni. Too much cheese, not enough macaroni. That's his whole thing. One day they're gonna put Kai gonna just come out of nowhere in an MK game with like a whole different style and the look. Like I finished traveling the world.
I think I know what they were going for him. He was gonna become like a world warrior kind of character, like sort of like Ryu. He was gonna go and travel. He had a Raiden staff or whatever, or the ability from it, and he was probably going to come back a really powerful character and take on the bad guys, and they probably saw that nobody gives a fuck about this character, so we're going to have to move on. People like Liu Kang. We don't have someone worthy enough to carry on from Liu Kang. Because it's very clear, I don't think this story with Liu Kang getting his neck snapped by the Deadly Alliance came out of the blue. I think that they probably intended to kill Liu Kang very, very soon, and that's probably why Kai was chosen to be the successor. But it didn't take off. And do you know what the funny thing is? They didn't even replace him. They killed Liu Kang in this game. He's not in the game, other than the opening, and they didn't replace him. They had no confidence in Kai whatsoever. None whatsoever. Well, they didn't replace him as the champion of Earthrealm. And if I remember correctly, they even gave him this weird club. They were like, we don't even have the confidence to give you the stuff. Not that he's a black character. It's just that he's not a very interesting character.
Why isn't Kai in that game? Deadly Alliance is the game right after MK4, so even if Kai did leave, he should have got the news that Liu Kang was murdered and immediately felt the spirit to get involved with Mortal Kombat to avenge his friend. That way, we could actually see his potential or see him do something of importance, especially with the lightning staff. But of course, that's not what happened. Conveniently, after Kai trained with Earthrealm's greatest martial artist to replace him one day, what did they say on Avatar? And when the world needed him most, he what? Well, he didn't just vanish for one game. He vanished for damn near all of them. After Deadly Alliance, he makes a brief appearance in Mortal Kombat Deception's Conquest mode as an NPC, where he gives Raiden's lightning staff to Shujinko in Outworld so Shujinko can give it to Kung Lao. They put him in the game for all of 1 minute just to make Raiden's gift, which was basically a divine passing of the torch, signaling that he was destined for greatness, and made him give it away. Unfucking believable. So that's why by the time we
did he make the AI version of this when he just had the gameplay for it? Like, just show it again. Yo, I'm getting hot. Keep going, bro.
Kombat Armageddon, the only other Mortal Kombat game outside of MK4 where he actually makes an official appearance, the legendary lightning staff is replaced by a damn spiked club. It was already bad enough that a potential Liu Kang level fighter does absolutely nothing of importance during the story. But now he goes from divine weapon gifted by Raiden, the Thunder God, to Flintstones, meet the Flintstones. Dog, what? Y'all didn't even give him his signature handstand fighting stance from MK4 that makes him unique from other characters. When it comes to him, you guys didn't even try. His appearance on Armageddon was trash. Then we...
Respectfully, the handstand stance is not only one of the most visually ugly things in MK4, it's also just stupid.
Yeah.
It's so dumb. Like the idea that he's fighting Liu Kang on his hands and Liu Kang might lose just hurts everybody else around him. It's stupid. It didn't need to come back. If you played MK4, I'm pretty sure there's nobody in here that was a fan of the bloody handstand stance in this character. It's not like Eddie's stance at all. That was some slop. I'm sorry.
Some Timu Eddie Goro.
It was disastrous.
Never see him again. The one character who could have been a dominant black leader is just thrown away in the garbage. Very convenient. But the next character is arguably even worse.
Wait, don't you think it's done? So wouldn't it be racist to make him a breakdancer? By his standards, right?
Yeah, by his standards, that would be kind of racist.
Yeah, by his
standards. He'd be like, why all black people dancers in fighting game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he laughing, but that's what he'll probably think. He'll probably be like, man, they took that shit from Tekken.
Yeah.
Well,
worse than him, and his name is Darius. Now, with Darius, I want you to pay very close attention to how smart his character was written in the lore, because it makes his character assassination 10 times worse. Darius was introduced to us in Mortal Kombat Deception, and if we read his character bio, this is what it says. I am Darius. There are many in the realm of order who would call me a terrorist, but to the true patriots of Sudan, I am a hero. I fight against the rule of an oppressive regime. Now, the reason I'm highlighting this is because he claims he's just a leader of a resistance movement fighting back against an oppressive, tyrannical government. And at first, it sounds like he's just a freedom fighter until you do some research and you realize he's just as bad as the government he's fighting against. And to really put this into perspective, you need to understand how ridiculous Order Realm's government is in the first place. The only thing that matters to them is whether or not a law was broken. So for example, on Mortal Kombat Deception, Hotaru sends Shujinko to jail because he stayed out past Order Realm's curfew time, which is dumb as hell, but hey, I guess that's how their laws work. Yet there was one huge problem with this. They sent him to jail for years, all because he stayed out past curfew. And the worst part is, Shujinko didn't even know they had a curfew time to begin with. He was new to their realm. And instead of giving him a pass, they locked him up. You see, the problem with Order Realm's government is that they don't look at the context of the crime. They look at the crime by itself. So I don't even blame Darius for being rebellious, but I do question how his character was written and why they let such a potentially great leader go to waste. So listen to this, right? Darius's character was such a genius that he orchestrated one of the most twisted recruitment strategies in the entire franchise, using the government's own rules against them. This man went out of his way to hire an assassin to murder the family of one of Order Realm's most loyal and highly skilled guards, Dairu, knowing that he would become so enraged that he'd do something irrational enough to get him sent to prison. And sure enough, he did, because Dairu was so blinded by his emotions that he tracked down the assassin and murdered him to avenge his family, only to be shown no mercy by the government, who gave him a life sentence for his actions. But this was a part of Darius's plan all along. He predicted that Dairu would end up in prison and become so bitter towards Order Realm's government for not looking at the context of his actions, or at the very least giving him some type of leeway for being a loyal guard to them for years, that he purposely staged a prison break where he offered to free Dairu from his life sentence only if he joined his regime. And guess what? It worked. He successfully manipulated Dairu into joining his cause. Think about how twisted and genius that was. Darius didn't just recruit a soldier, he created one. But it's for this very reason that the writers also do him dirty as a black character. Instead of giving him a righteous, sympathetic motive for fighting oppression and recruiting people in a morally just way, they turned one of the few black men on the roster into a gang-leading terrorist that roams streets and prisons, recruiting people into criminal activity while destroying families and creating a cycle of trauma similar to street violence. And I'm not...
So they gave this guy genius level intellect, basically. They made him do villainous things, much like a lot of the other characters do in MK. but it's a problem because he's black.
Is he not like in-depth characters? Like, this is like saying you don't like Doom. Doom does a lot of bad shit for good reasons, whether it be like his family or for his country. Like that's like Darius doing that seems like a pretty interesting character. Why are you mad?
Yeah, like I just they gave Darius an interesting backstory. It's not as cut and dry as just I hate the Order Realm. There was like layers to his backstory, and you've just pointed out that he's very intelligent, that he manipulated the entire situation, but that's bad because he's black.
He did a better job than the bio of Darius, explaining Darius. I am more interested now in Darius than before.
Yeah, like, I'm sure if people hadn't heard about Darius and heard that, they'd be like, "Oh, he's a multi-layered character."
Yeah.
So what do we? What are black characters supposed to be Cinderella or something? I don't understand what we're doing here.
Okay, I think I wish I saw how he looked, and I know that's fucked up to say, but I can know why.
Why is that relevant?
Because
he's just curious.
No, because I feel like his thing is like, why the black character backstory got to be really cute and like common black tropes. That's what his whole frustration is. Like, I'll be honest with you, I almost could agree with him if he would have said, "Damn, there's this raw ass leader," and then he don't show up till like a cameo in like 2 other games in the future. Because you don't really see the nigga in the games anymore. You see him in. I think you see him in X, and he's a cameo in fucking 1. I find that like that's corny. But
the reason that Darius didn't show up is there's 2 reasons. His backstory is interesting. And the dynamic with the Order Realm is interesting. But the design fell flat. There were things about the way he's presented that fell flat. And the way he plays in the 3D era games is not, I don't think it's fun. I think they had something there. There's good points about Darius, and that's probably why you do hear his name come up with like, when are we going to see Darius again? Not by a lot, but there are some, and that's more than some other MK characters. But his design just falls a little bit flat. They could have spiced it up a little bit, and they could have made his fight style a little bit more interesting than what it was. That's where they missed, in my opinion.
I think with the criticism, if it is a case of you wanted him to, because you kind of made a point about, oh, this guy, everyone thinks this guy's fighting for good, but he's actually kind of fucked up. Like, he does shitty stuff to get his goal, right? But it's like, but the hero black guy you disliked. You don't like Jax. He's a hero character.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what did you want him to be? Do you want him to be like a proper villain? I don't know if there's any like black true villains in MK.
No, they've all got pretty like, they got fairly multi-layered stories where it's like you're not a clear cut and dry bad guy. Or like there's reasons for why things are happening. It's really, really, bless you, it's really, really bad arguments. It all comes down to everything that he's saying is good, but because they're black, it paints us in a bad light. So like with this thing with Jax, he also doesn't like him presenting the way he is because he went through trauma. So all I'm hearing is black characters got to be squeaky clean, doesn't lose, hero, champion of MK, does no wrong, doesn't get questioned. Basically, like, you know, like the perfect character. Otherwise, you're misrepresenting me, or you're
like,
paying.
And don't say black people. Don't travel back in time and say black people. You can't do that.
It's just
because I feel like his whole thing is that like, why the backstory got to be associated with? It's so like it's funny.
He said terrorist with all caps. He really wanted you to think, yeah, this guy's a terrorist. I was like,
nobody catching that Courage reference. Some people did.
I missed it.
More Courage. Cheese, more macaroni. You don't remember that?
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah. So
shit. Yeah.
So I use that. That's the scene that I use. That's probably the most relatable cartoon scene to me because every time somebody asks you some shit online, they give you what you want. They be like, not that. They don't give you what you want. No, bring it back. That's what the scene was. It's a whole scene of him just going back and forth, making Muriel different versions of macaroni and cheese. Just to end that whole minute or 2 scene and say, I don't even like macaroni and cheese. Yeah.
I remember that. That was good.
Yeah. So
there's a scene in Courage the Cowardly Dog. I remember watching it as a kid, and it kind of freaked me out.
Tell me the King Ramses one.
Is it when they open the door and there's that like floating ghost, and it's like warning them that I think it was warning Muriel that he was gonna die or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I don't know if the King's Ramses.
The
There's one where they
artwork,
sing King Ramses, but I don't know if it's a ghost or a mummy. I can't remember.
yeah, the artwork threw me off. Like it was really like weird to look at. And I remember
It's
watching
messed
it
up.
at nighttime, and I was like, I don't like this. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was a weird one. Courage was a good cartoon, man. Ben, thank you for the $2. He wants all black characters to be The Rock. Basically, yeah.
My brain's fucked. If I see the word Rock, I'm gonna think of Yaya from now on.
But like, you know, The Rock has a clause in his contract, or at least he did, where he couldn't be on screen losing.
I remember that.
That pisses people off. Like him and Vin Diesel got into a fight over stuff on set because of The Rock's ego. He couldn't even play Black Adam without his ego coming into it and basically derailing the entire thing. He should have been fighting Shazam in the beginning and then move on to Superman, not start at Superman. And don't get me wrong, I like The Rock. I do like The Rock. Moana apparently is not very good, but I liked Smashing Machine. I thought it was good, and he was good in the WWE. But if you always present somebody to just be like this immovable object, people are just like, I don't want to. If you present Jax that way, no one's going to want to fuck with him. There's a way to present them as an immovable object, but it depends on the setting. Like there's certain characters where you can do that, but it's all sometimes it looks at as a comedic thing, or they're not like one of the main characters driving the story. They're like an obstacle. So when you got characters like that, like for example, One Punch Man, people are cool with One Punch Man because it's a gag anime, it's whatever. With Akuma, he's an obstacle for like Ryu historically. He's not like the driving force of the story. He shows up when shit hits the fan. Or Yujiro, he's not the main character. He's an obstacle for Baki. But Jax is part of the main crew. If you make him like those characters where he just wins constantly, doesn't face any trauma, never gets questioned, people are just going to be like, well, what do we need Scorpion and Sub-Zero for? What's Liu Kang there for? It's no point. It won't function.
Yeah. I was talking about the Rock thing. It reminded me, I saw a thing on YouTube, like a documentary about Batista and how he got to where he was. And the documentary was something about like the Rock syndrome, like how Batista avoided that. And that's why he got cast into so many different... what is it, like the Four Horsemen or something with the cabin or something about the cabin?
Yeah, I know it's where they basically show up to say that the world's going to end and one of you need to sacrifice yourselves.
Yeah, that thing. And I was like, why have they got a wrestler in there? It's like, oh shit, it's because he can act.
Saying that a black character can't have some of these traits. I'm just saying it looks really bad when he falls under the black stereotype of being a thug. But this is my real issue
earlier.
Why would you?
That's exactly what I said earlier, because I was like, I don't need to see his face. Because he sound like a ball and gun nigga, mad that a black nigga for and the AI picture. I better lose my fucking mind. I didn't even look at the screen yet. Oh my god! Because his whole problem is that, like, all right, if he wants a black character to do something, he wants them to be in a certain type of role. He doesn't want any like backstory or background that's connected to. And I'm trying to say this the right way. All right. He don't like black. Fuck it. He don't like black characters being linked to hood nigga or poverty like come ups. That's what he doesn't want. So like he's like, all right, why a black person gotta be a thief? Why I gotta come from robbing or trying to scam people? He like stuff like that. He has a self-imposed view on how just black people are typically when it comes to writing. He'll rather it be like a Sephiroth where you come out and be like, oh, I had a bad realization. Now let me go kill everybody. Like he doesn't want them to have any resembling traits or characteristics that can resemble real life problems within like minorities or black people.
I think you're being too kind. I think you're being too kind.
I know I'm being too kind. I'm trying to say it in a non-cancelable way, man. God damn it. Like,
I think you're giving him too much wiggle room. I think the way you said it, like you explained it, is fine. I just don't think it applies to him. I think you're giving him too much credit for being smart. I don't think he is. I think he just wants a static shock. He wants a like clean superhero black guy, because he's talking about stereotypical fuck. It's like, but you just criticize Jackie.
Yeah.
Why did you criticize Jackie then? She did the honorable ending. She was
the
there for her friends. She followed her father in the footsteps of fighting for her country. What? Where's the thug in her?
There's no thugging in Jackie whatsoever. But this guy put Darius in Shaft's costume and then made a complaint. Like, you put that into the AI, bro. Like, what are we doing here?
He just wants a static shot, bro. He wants the cleanest. He wants a black Peter Parker. He wants Miles. He wants
He
Miles
doesn't,
Morales.
he doesn't know what he wants because he complained at the heroes. He complained about Jax getting to live a peaceful life. He complained about Jackie sacrificing herself. He complained about trauma in these characters, even though multiple MK characters. The most famous MK character has some of the worst trauma in the game. The trauma literally led him to basically be an inferno, a walking inferno. But that being a popular point in Scorpion's story, good. But if you give that trauma to a black person, bad. He doesn't know what he wants. He literally doesn't know. We don't know what a black character is supposed to be. We actually have no idea.
Yeah.
Garrus said, "Do you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I just want peace." And he didn't bother anyone. He took his own life and disappeared. Can't do that. Jax was like, "I'm gonna go out of my way to save my people." Can't do that. Jackie, I want to save my dad and sacrifice myself. Can't do that. Like Kai, I want to travel the world. But unfortunately, people didn't like that. Can't do that. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, this guy is just angry. He's just angry. I would have loved, because I left him a comment on his video saying that I'm going to be doing a reaction to this. You're more than welcome to come and defend your points. But I'd love to actually speak to him and try to understand what he wants from black representation in MK. As a matter of fact, I would love to know if he plays other fighting games. I'd love to know what his opinion on Zasalamel is in Soul Calibur 3. I'd love to know what his opinion is on that. I'd want to know if he has a problem with the way he's depicted. Or how about Lee in The Walking Dead, who is one of my favorite characters? Do you have a problem with Clementine's development? Like, do you have issues with, who else is there? Who can we point to? Not comic books or anime, because I feel like there's too many easy examples.
You ripped me out of the conversation. They're all I know.
Yeah, about to say, like,
yeah, but like even if you just look at fighting games, like if you look at Leroy, for example, I'd love to know what his issue might be with Leroy, because I think Leroy is a fairly well written character. He's presented to be very powerful. He beat Feng Wei, right? Feng Wei was, other than the mission, was one of the strongest Tekken characters.
If you see this, what's your thoughts on Elena?
Oh, Street Fighter Elena.
Yeah, Street
Probably
Fighter's
too
Elena.
stereotypical, I'm guessing.
That's why I asked.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Hopefully he does a video saying this is how you write a black character. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see his perspective on it. Even if I may not agree, I'd love to see him at least see what he wants from black writing and fighting games, I guess.
Yeah, if you turn them into the black version of Texas Walker Ranger, whatever it was called, Walker Texas Ranger, then yeah, I know what you're about.
You gave this man the brain of a Joker level political mastermind, then completely ignored him. And when you brought him back, by the time MK1 comes around, he's reduced to a random bad guy that has no dialogue despite being in his story mode multiple times. He's literally there just to get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
In one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Help push the plot. And he plays the sidekick role to Havoc. Damn, I mean, the guy's only in 2 other Mortal Kombat
I think
games
he's lame as
MK1.
fuck. I think that character's lame as fuck.
Not Havoc, please.
I think Havoc's lame as fuck.
Yeah, MK1's depiction of Havoc is terrible.
Yeah.
But the original Havoc from the Chaos Realm, he was sick.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
They're 2 different characters. Like this one he's not even from the Chaos Realm. This one.
He's base.
Yeah, this one is, even the Havoc, the Titan Havoc. The Titan Havoc, they tried to make him like an MCU villain, and it didn't come off well. But the original Havoc, the Havoc in the MKX comics, he's very sick. Like everyone likes him.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
You couldn't make him do anything cool? Y'all put him in the story mode just to make him a nobody. This is the epitome of saying you hate Darius without saying you hate Darius. You can just tell this is a character they don't care about. And apparently, they don't care about Tanya either.
Oh, yeah, sorry, my mistake. They're right. It's not Havoc, it's Dairu. It's not actually even Havoc. So, yeah.
What, in MK1?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wolfsbane, thank you for the $2. What about Dom and Coltrane from Gears of War? Yeah. Didn't Dom have like a noble sacrifice? Wasn't Dom's part in Gears of War like one of the most memorable moments?
Yeah, I
Mhm.
remember that, and I didn't even play Gears of War like that much, but I remember that. I'm guessing
Yeah.
we have a problem with Coltrane because of his name. Stereotypical, innit?
But it's a cool name, man. The Coltrane.
Yeah.
That's a sick name.
Yeah, he'd probably say that's racist like A-Train in The Boys.
Would you think he would have a problem with? Have you ever seen a film called Soul Plane?
Yes.
Years ago, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good film, right? It's funny.
Snakes.
Yeah.
Only damn point. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's a good film, but like
He
obviously,
probably loves the movie.
yeah, he probably loves the movie, but I don't think he could say why he loves it, but he wouldn't love someone like Coltrane.
Right.
Because
Right,
Soul Plane plays into all of our stereotypes, right?
Yeah.
All of them, like even the obscure ones. That people love that film. That film, I mean, it's rated really poorly by critics because it's like I guess by today's standards, they'd say it's cancelable material.
Yeah.
But it's a hilarious film. I would highly recommend people go watch it. It had so many people. I think Sofia Vergara was in it as well, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a cult classic. I remember that.
Yeah. So it's a great film. I really enjoyed it. But if he liked it, I'd be surprised. Tom, thank you for the $5. To be honest, I think a lot of this is just an overreaction, to be honest. MK1, most characters in these stories, and MK1 got shafted. Also, are we forgetting about TJ Combo? TJ Combo.
Yeah. That's all you have to say. Just say his name slowly and we get it.
There's no need to go into that. They knew what they were doing over there. Not my I don't really play Killer Instinct though. So
he is what he is.
He is what he is.
Yeah. He is representing a type of character. Same way Bullrog is.
Yeah, I mean, look, Mike Tyson was a real person.
He was.
There was a time where Mike Tyson was a very angry man and he was punching everyone out. So I'm sure that I don't know how old some of you are in the chat, but if you go back and look at some of Mike Tyson's interviews, they are genuinely terrifying. There was an interview where I don't know if he was talking to a man or a woman, but I think it was a woman. And she was interviewing him and she was like, he said, are we gonna fornicate? And she was like, what? And he was like, oh, I just don't waste my time talking to ladies if we ain't gonna fornicate. And I was like, and the thing is, if like I said that, or like C4 Yaya, we'll just be like, oh, those guys are creepy. But Mike Tyson saying that in your face,
yeah,
I'm respectfully backing away very quickly.
Mike Tyson, bro, I can't wait. There's gonna be like a documentary on Mike Tyson. It's gonna be the fucking sickest thing.
They're gonna treat him like King Von.
I hope not. I think he is a fascinating individual. Like 1 minute he's biting your ears off, and the second he's got pet pigeons, bro. Don't hurt my pigeons, bro. Have you not seen it, Yaya?
Yeah.
Type in Mike Tyson pigeons, bro. He loves pigeons, man. He's got a whole. Is it a coup? I don't even know what you call a group of pigeons in a hut.
Yeah, I
he
think
loves pigeons.
Why did that come up when I typed in Mike Tyson pigeon?
You thought I was trolling. That's why,
bro.
He loves pigeons, bro.
Oh hell no. No, I'm cool.
Bro, have you not seen the video of Mike Tyson of the tiger?
No.
This shit's terrifying. Like Mike Tyson is the scary one in that video.
The only thing I watched Mike Tyson was the cartoon, the animated adventures. Yeah, the Mike Tyson animated adventures.
I don't think I've seen that. I might have to watch it. Does he bite anyone's ear off? They won't put that ear biting in there.
The show is out of pocket. I'm not going. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Do you guys remember seeing Mike Tyson in Ip Man?
Bro, I did see that.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty good fight scene ish.
It was. Mike almost won. Like, well, he basically did. Like, he just about stopped, and I was like, yeah, I think you lost that one, Ip Man. I ain't gonna lie. Like, he had you on the ropes. He gave him one punch in the ribs.
Yeah. Bro, man was evading. He had the Naruto substitute jitsu for fucking 5 minutes.
Somebody said Tyson tried to pay a zoo to let him fight a gorilla.
Yeah, he did. They're not joking. He actually did.
What?
He's
bro. Yo, you gotta lock his ass up. You gotta.
No. He's calm now. Mike's calm now. Like, he's chilling. Yeah, he doesn't bother anyone. He's older. But yeah, that's the quote. I normally don't do interviews with women unless I fornicate with them, so you shouldn't talk anymore. That is a terrifying thing to say to someone. That is it would be terrifying for any man to say that to a woman. For Mike Tyson to say that to anybody, let alone a woman, is terrifying, bro. And he said it with a straight face. He weren't joking.
Bro, he might be the closest thing we've got to Yujiro. from Baki. He might be the closest thing.
Yeah, like I feel like but there was a cat. Wait, no, Tyson was in Baki.
Oh yeah, Tyson's son. Yeah. Do you see? No, that was Muhammad Ali.
No, Tyson is in Baki. He was locked up. Yeah, he was in the prison arc.
Fuck, I forgot. My bad. Okay.
I'm not misremembering that, right? Am I? Like, he was in the prison arc, right? He was in Baki's prison, and the only person that he didn't want to fight was Biscuit.
Oh, Biscuit.
Biscuit.
I always remember Muhammad Ali being in it but he's got a lot of screen time. To be fair.
Yeah, Ali's in it and his son's in it, but Tyson was definitely in the show, and he was the number 3 guy in the prison. I think it was him, and then there was another dude. I can't remember what his name was. Damn, he was the guy that did that sick technique with the
hair in it and the eardrum. That was freaky, bro.
Yeah, that was mess. That made me feel weird. And then it was Biscuit. They made him look like a sucker in Baki the Great. I mean, to be fair, like they made Muhammad Ali's son look like a sucker as well. Like when he tried to fight Baki, like they really built him up. They did that whole training arc. Like he spoke to Baki's girl like he was going to do something. They got into the arena and Baki flatlined him and won.
He got washed, bro. Yeah, that was bad. Reputational damage is fucking in the toilet.
Yeah, he never recovered from that. You don't fight Baki, don't fight Biscuit, and definitely don't fight Yujiro.
This is Tanya from her first appearance in MK4.
Oh,
now I want you to tell me what race of people she looks like. Most of you probably said she looks like a black woman, and you are absolutely right. That's exactly what she's supposed to be. Now here's Tanya from MK Deception and Armageddon. And I don't know about you, but to me, she still passes as a black woman, although she does look pretty different from her original design. Now here's Tanya from MKX. This is not a black woman. This is a white woman. And the fan backlash was so bad that NetherRealm had to redesign her character model before releasing her in the DLC. But even then, to me, this does not resemble a black woman. I don't know what the hell she is.
Bro, what the hell are you looking at? That looks like a black woman to me.
What the fuck is he talking about?
You never seen a light skinned black woman?
I'm talking about, I'm with you. That is a black woman. What the fuck is he talking about?
Look, I'll grant him, yeah. The original they brought this out. Yeah. They brought this out and people got pissed. I remember when people saw this and they were like, why are you race swapping Tanya? I remember people got angry at this, and that's fine. That's fine. I'm on his side of that one. That is not a black woman. Mm-hmm. But they corrected it. That is a black woman.
Where's Fate? We need Fate on the case.
Probably.
What I want to say is out of pocket.
Well, you're in a safe space.
This nigga has to have not had a single lick of pussy, because my nigga. You cannot sit there and look at that design and say that doesn't look like a black woman. What are you, fucking couches? Like, like I'm actually hot. Like, progressively, I've been on 10. I'm starting to get to how I was yesterday. And it's the end of the video.
This is definitely a black woman.
And I promise you, if he say that it don't look like that in MK1, turn this shit off.
Oh, well, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Model before releasing her in the DLC. But even then, to me, this does not resemble a black woman. I don't know what the hell she is, but she is not black in my book. Then by MK1, this is how Tanya looks. They made her black again, but she looks nowhere near her original design. If you showed me her character design from MK4, then showed me her character design from MK1, I would literally think those are two different.
Yeah, because she's an older lady and older woman change their hairstyles.
She's got straight hair in all of them, bar this one, the one on the right, where it's actually like afro hair.
Yeah.
Why would you be? I don't get it.
Oh my gosh, bro!
That's the blackest version of Tanya.
Yeah, like this is literally
shown, right?
You go outside and see this shit in Chicago right now. You can go outside and see this.
Like, it doesn't make sense what he's saying. If he's saying, oh, look, they made Tanya black, but not like how Tanya used to look. It's like, yeah, because maybe she didn't look that black before, but now she's undoubtedly black. Like all the others have a little bit of ambiguity because of like the straight hair and the lighting or whatever. It's not dark enough apparently. Like light skin doesn't count or something. But that one is, there is no question in anyone's mind that she's black.
Yeah,
what I don't understand about this guy's argument here. Look at this version of Tanya on the left. Yeah, this is the MK4 version of Tanya on the left.
right.
This is the 3D era Tanya. That is a very, very different looking character.
Yeah.
She looks that is a black woman, but the design is different. If you put these characters side by side, you would forgive people for thinking that this is a totally different character. The only giveaway is the yellow and the black. That is the only thing where you go, is that Tanya? Because of the color scheme. But they're very different characters. And this character is also very light skinned as well. So they did you a favor.
Then showed me her character design from MK1.
And they gave you like what you would, because it looks to me like there's only one type of black woman here. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know what this guy's argument is. It's like they give him what he wants, he complains. They don't give him what he wants, he complains. I don't know what he wants. Now, granted, I don't like MK1 Tanya's design. I think it's strayed too far from what actually worked. And I don't like, I just don't like her gameplay either. But that is, he should be championing that.
Yeah. That's unapologetically black. Like, that is a very, maybe before you guys weren't sure, like Leo in Tekken, but now you know. This is fully black.
This is mad. This is mad. Wait, let's see where he goes with this.
I would literally think those are two different characters. So why am I showing you this? Because they obviously don't respect the fact that she's supposed to be a black woman. And even when they do, they don't make her look anything like her original design. And don't get me wrong, Mortal Kombat.
This guy said that the 3D era one passes as a black woman. Yeah, he said passes. So it's maybe just about like, hey, you look black. You look black enough. That's what he said, basically. And now that they make her very clearly black, now it's a disrespect. I'm so baffled. Yeah, what is his standard, Neo Arcadia? That's what I'm saying. What is his standard here?
You want GTA 6 bitches as a standard, like
walking around.
Yeah, that's what he want, bro. He want.
Could you rewind like the last 10 seconds? It sounds he sounds like he's made it so he can't find what he wants, because he's saying, "Oh, they've made Tanya black, but not look like Tanya. But if she didn't look that black before, they would have to change it." Is he mad that it's not yellow and black anymore and it's got a little, it's like gold and silver? Is that what he's talking about? Like the color on the costume? Because this isn't ambiguous like the one on the left, right? The old versions. It's not ambiguous, but there's lighting can change your perception. Let's say that. But with MK1, you could have all the lights on or all the lights off. You can't deny that she's black. But to do that, they had to change the prior design. Yeah. So how can you make her look black without changing the design? Well, just
here's my
contrast up on the fucking skin tone.
Here's my theory. This video was what, 30 minutes long? How long is it?
We got 4 minutes left.
Okay, I want to see the runtime. What did the runtime say?
32 minutes and 35 seconds.
So he edited this bitch and he used AI throughout 99% of this video. And I think he started seeing the AI images and it started fucking brain rotting his brain. So he believed that AI is what should be the thing. So now his whole thing is his standards for black women might be AI pussy. That's what it is. That's where we at right now.
That's
his standard is Hiroshima.
Hiroshima. Hiroshima, mate. Get it right. Mr. JB, thank you for the $5. Tyson himself said he used to wrestle with his pet tiger almost every night back in the day. Yep. With no one around, mind you. The tiger could have eaten him, but this guy was actually a backy character. The tiger wouldn't dare. Tyson would have punched it up. He would have punched up the tiger.
Yeah.
So when no one was around, but it's so funny. He's like, yeah, I didn't need a camera to prove it. I just did it. And no one said, I call bullshit. Everyone just straight out believed it.
You almost had to. If you said I call bullshit in front of him, you were going to be in the same position as the tiger.
True.
Todd, thank you for the $2. Get Tope on here. Knows how to segregate the blacks.
Jeez.
Fucking crying, bro. Fucking crying. Oh.
Hey, chill on Tope, man. He was a good sport last time.
Big ups.
I ain't got nothing to say. I'll just let Tope rock.
We need to get Yaya and Tope on the same team.
No, you
Yes.
gotta pay me. I'm not doing that again. You gotta pay me. I'm not.
Nah, like Christmas special. That would be a sick Christmas
No,
special.
bro.
Yeah.
I think he made me so mad. I think my jaw started hurting. Like I almost just dislocated it from talking. Because every time I talked, I felt like I was taking dot damage. I'm okay, man. Okay, yeah, I can.
Wait, what did we get?
I think those are two different characters. So why am I showing you this? Because they obviously don't respect the fact that she's supposed to be a black woman. And even when they do, they don't make her look anything like her original design. And don't get me wrong, Mortal Kombat is known to drastically change how their characters look. But 9 times out of 10, they always have a defining trait that lets you know who they are. For example, Reptile from Deadly Alliance looks nothing like Reptile from MK1. But MK1 Reptile is wearing his signature green ninja outfit and literally transforms into the lizard that gave Spider-Man a run for his money. So you know he's Reptile. Cyrax and Sector were both male cyborgs. But in MK1, they're both females wearing high-tech suits with Cyrax and Sector's colors letting you know they're Cyrax and Sector. Raiden from MK9 looks nothing like Raiden from MK1. But because Raiden is wearing his signature straw hat and shooting electricity, I know for a fact that's him. MK1 Tanya, though, she has nothing that reminds you of Tanya from previous games. Watch this. In the original timeline, Tanya was a treacherous, backstabbing, evil character that only cared about power and survival. On MK1, Tanya is a kind, loving, and caring person that is extremely loyal.
So they changed her from being a villain, which you had a problem with, and they made her kind and loyal and strong and useful to the nation that or the realm that she serves. That's a problem. I don't understand what this guy wants. He's complained about villainous black characters. He's complained about black characters doing scumbag things. He's complained about characters being heroes. He's complained about them being thieves or being just, you know, what you might see from the hood. But now he's complaining about her being a good person. What? I don't understand.
She has the same weapon, yes.
What, Tanya?
Yeah, she still has the same weapon.
I think they changed their weapon, but that's
But it just connects. It connects.
But weapons changing is not a big deal. Weapons change between all characters. Scorpion had a fucking axe at one point. You know, like in the old 3D, in the old digitized games, you had this little axe that he'd whack you with.
Yeah.
This guy's tripping, man.
The original timeline, Tanya's weapon of choice was called the Kobo Jutsu Tanfa. On MK1, they said, fuck Tanya's signature weapon. We're going to give her something called the 3-section staff. In the original timeline, Tanya was the daughter of a powerful ambassador. On MK1, Tanya doesn't even know her parents. In the original timeline, Tanya was a diplomat.
Pause. This is why I don't like multiverse shit, because people don't realize timelines mean different shit can happen. You're mad that you don't know the definition of what a timeline is, or you mad that they're doing other shit?
These
you fucking
really
tourist.
Yeah, if he was mad that they changed Tanya's backstory, it would be fine if it was just that. But he's attributing it to the mistreatment of black characters when the most egregious change in Mortal Kombat right now is Scorpion. That is the one that is really fucked up. Hanzo Hasashi has been the poster child of Mortal Kombat since the game's inception, and they switched him out and he doesn't even exist anymore. That is a point of contention. If he had a real point of contention with them changing Tanya's story, that's fine, but you can't invoke race when they did it to a lot of characters. They've done it to loads of characters. These are really bad points.
Tanya doesn't even know her parents. In the original timeline, Tanya was a diplomat for other realms. On MK1, Tanya is a royal bodyguard for Katana and Melina. This is literally Jade, even down to the fact that her weapon of choice is a variation of staff. You guys can't convince me that the studios don't hate Jade. They destroyed Tanya's character, chose not to put Jade in the game, and then made Tanya replace Jade. But the one thing they decided to keep was making Melina have a secret romantic relationship with Tanya. And look, I get that they wanted to build on the relationship dynamic that started on MKX, but why did you have to completely destroy everything else that made Tanya who she was while disrespecting Jade? Guys, please leave a justice for Jade in the comment section. Shit, and while you're at it, you might as well leave justice for Tanya too. This writing comes off lazy as hell. And I know the only reason you replaced Jade for Tanya was so you could put her in a relationship with Melina for marketing purposes. You did the same thing on MKX when you gave Melina lips just so we could have a controversial scene where she kisses Devora. Not everything needs to be forced into the game. And you really could have been a lot more subtle about how you did Melina and Tanya's relationship. But who am I to judge? It's not like you were subtle about destroying Tanya's original character. And that's the real pattern here.
No, I'm sorry. That scene is so funny.
Yeah, when she gets the water. No. When she gets the water. That shit, I think I still got my reaction to it. Bro, I almost had an asthma attack laughing at that shit. I was like, yo, who animated that?
No, we need to watch that in like slow motion. This shit is so hilarious, bro. Watch Tanya in the back. She really thought she was about to do something. Oh, I'm sorry. I guess this comes across as racist as well. This shit was so funny.
Yeah. it's how she got. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was funny. I ain't gonna. At the end of that story, bro, I was like, yo, they made it feel like they was about to team up and jump his ass too.
Yeah,
like,
she didn't even make one pebble. She got fucking
she jumped up and got fucking countered.
No, I appreciate the donation, bro. Thank you.
That shit fire.
These talking points are terrible. Why don't you just Google it, Mike? Wow, I've got Google in my chat. There's 400 people here watching between Twitter and YouTube. I've got 400 opportunities to ask for someone to use Google. That's a big brain move, bro.
And that's the real pattern here. It feels like the studio views their black characters as puzzle pieces they can just reshape whenever it suits them, rather than legacy characters who deserve consistency, independence, or leadership.
Is there any more black characters by the 6 on screen there?
Oh
no, it's not 7. Sorry, Cyrax.
Yes, the Cyrax is there, and I think Kai's over here as well.
Oh yeah, I see his hand. Yeah,
I think that might be the extent of the characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
So therefore, I personally ask you guys, does Mortal Kombat have a problem with black characters? And guys, please try to be respectful in the comment section. I know how triggering this topic could potentially be, but the last thing I'm trying to do is start a race war. Again, these are just observations I made that I felt the need to talk about. But at the end of the day, all I want is better storytelling and better treatment of the characters, especially the ones mentioned in this video. So with that being said, if you want to show some support to the channel, like, share.
So that's the video. What's our verdict, guys?
You go first, Yaya.
I'm gonna get canceled.
Sorry, man. You're in a safe space.
We'll need the
dumb as fuck, bro.
What did you say?
Oh, is that it?
He is dumb as fuck.
The thing that caught my attention is that it's a very popular video. 4,000 likes, like almost 2,000 comments. People clearly, like, everyone's saying justice for Jaden in the comment section.
I agree with the justice for Jay, but not the sentiment and the way he made it. Like, I want Jay was my favorite MK character outside of Sonya, right? I always, as a kid, I just attached to whatever was green, so that was my favorite color. So like Doom was one, etc. If it came to fight against, but she was the character I always talked about, and I feel like she should be more inserted into the main thing. But NRS treats Jay how at one point some people argued about, this is pre-Strive, about biking. Well, like, either she's going to be a part of the thing or she's going to be DLC. And then sometimes she's either in the story doing something or she's doing just some small part. At some point, you would think you would have better. Like, my problem with Mortal Kombat storytelling, it's been like this since X for me. is that like I feel like all the characters, it's like yeah, the characters get their moments, but then you have to define it ends with Liu Kang, and I'm fine with that. I love Liu Kang. Liu Kang is like cool as shit, but I do feel like Jade as a character, people ask for a lot. Why is NRS keep not giving people what they want? Like MK1, it makes me sad that it sold 8 million. Well, it doesn't because it should have sold better. But Sonya is just a cameo. Regardless if you think Sonya is a goon character or whatnot, she has been an important staple since I've played MK back on 64 and other systems back in the day for a long period of time. PS2. So in that case, it annoyed me that she wasn't in the game, right? And some characters do deserve more justice than others, right? But his whole thing is he made it it's a race thing just to paint a narrative for Jade.
Yeah, it's this whole thing was just pulling at straws. The thing with Jade, because she was the main point of contention, I think, for this guy, is that, like I said before, her popularity has fluctuated. Right now, she's very popular, partly because of the film, and partly because she doesn't have any real representation in MK1 outside of Chameleon. So there's going to be people asking for her, and so she's probably going to be in the next MK game. But she ain't no Scorpion, she ain't no Sub-Zero, she ain't no Melina, and she ain't no Kitana. She is not going to always appear in every game because she hasn't got that kind of staying power. I would say that she's on the tier list of characters people want. I'd say she probably sits somewhere in the middle. She's not a bad character by any means. She's a pretty good character, but she is not one of the main characters that people ask for when an MK game's coming out.
I think the problem, I can say that because I like your perspective, but I do think she's at least a top 10 most wanted every time.
Top 10. All right, I'm gonna give you who I think are the top 10 most wanted MK characters.
No, because you gotta think about it, right? When it comes to the ladies, if any the colorful ninja should just be in the game.
I don't think so. I think if we're talking top 10 most requested characters, it's gonna be Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Shang Tsung. I don't know about Shao Kahn. He's pretty popular. But Sonya, Jax, Kano. I'll throw a Noob Sideboy in there, even though he gets jobbed out all the time.
More people playing Kano over Jade.
Kano's very popular.
I know Kano's popular, but over Jade?
Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Raiden. I went through it, and that's 10.
You no, okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. You can't even just do 10 because I didn't put Kitana and Melina in.
That's what I was about to say. Like
you have to have Kitana and Melina in there. So
see, in my head, when it comes to top 10, I like that your list is like that because mine is Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Liu Kang, Kitana, Melina, Sonya, Johnny Cage, Raiden, Baraka, and fucking Kung Lao.
Yeah, Johnny Cage has got to be in there as well. So there's a couple in MK where it's like they have to be there in some capacity. But notice Jade didn't come up in anyone's list. Jade's a good character. Don't get me wrong.
I didn't put her there. I didn't put her there because I was like, all right. But I just personally think with NRS games, like they ain't even got to be a part of the story. Like just make them playable. You know how like NRS used to do that shit. They used to have story mode only characters. I used to get fucking mad when they made Rain only. I would get rid of Liu Kang personally. I'm tired of seeing him. I love him because he does shit.
Whoa.
No, wait. No, hear me out. I love him, but I know a lot of people say they tired of him. I don't agree. I fucking love Liu Kang. But my thing is, remember, I got so mad at MK because they did this shit multiple times. I'm tired of paying for fucking Rain. I actually love MK1's roster. If they would have just made fucking Sonya playable, I probably would have played the shit.
MK1 has a good roster, but the problem with MK1's roster is that they took 3D era characters and then fucked them up. So they're not even really those characters. I know it's a new timeline, but if you're going to take those characters and put them in a new timeline... I'm sorry.
She's raw in the old version.
Original
I'm sorry.
Gameplay-wise? We're not talking about gameplay. We're talking about story.
Okay, we're keeping the story. All right, never mind.
Story-wise, original Astra is way better than the new one that we got. It's not even close.
All right, let's talk about Lee May.
Original Lee May actually has one of the best backstories. This
I
one
know
is
that.
crap.
I just want to hear what you was gonna say.
Yeah, I like Lee May's one of my favorite
Nice.
female characters from the 3D era. This new one is crap.
Cause like you know what else? And a lot of people probably don't know. One of my favorite characters is in Mortal. My top 5 is in MK1, but it had to be fucking Megan Fox. Just fucked it up.
Yeah, Nitara's a good character, but that's not my Nitara. And I know it's another timeline, but if you're gonna take a character from one timeline, at least try when you put them into the next one. Why would you put Megan Fox there? What? Because she did that Succubus film. What was it called?
Scare you at the least?
I can't remember what the film was called, but I don't know. She was popular for that film. C4, what's your verdict on this video?
I think Darius is pretty cool.
Yeah.
I have to erase all the bullshit I heard. I'm trying to think. Did he? I think if he didn't actually do all these characters, he might have a point. But I think there was contradictions in
a lot of them. Yeah.
In the like if he
would have focused on just Jade, I feel like he would have got more mileage out of it.
Yeah, Jade, Kai, I guess, maybe Geras, because that was in the front cover. Yeah, I get it. Slavery. Yeah, you gave the context and made me think like, oh, it's not just Geras that's a slave. Everyone's a slave. Well, then it's not that deep. Yeah, I think there's just the criticisms to some of the characters, like Jax and Jackie, where he was just like, oh, why did they do this to the character? Then he complains about stereotypes with Darius. But what would a character that broke the stereotype, what would it look like? And I think it would look like Kai. I think Kai is what makes all of his points null and void. He wasn't told what to do, so you can't put the slave thing on him. He was really powerful, apparently. So much so that Raiden trusted him with fucking god powers, well, like MK level god powers with his stuff, and he wanted to do what he wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like that seems to break all the criticism he has with all the other characters. And if his criticism is, oh, they didn't bring back Kai, it was like, but yeah, if they brought back Kai, that means he's doing something he didn't want to do, which would make him a slave.
I feel like we picked apart every single point that he made. He complained about mindless characters. They gave Cyrax a tragic backstory that people could relate to. He died a hero. He complains about people just he complains about like characters being one-dimensional, and we don't want to see characters represented in the stereotypical way. They create Darius, who's not stereotypical. He complains about Tanya's representation and her look. Says that one of them isn't black when we can very clearly see she's black. Complains about Jackie sacrificing herself to help her dad, so I guess she can't be a hero. Complains about Jax being a hero with PTSD because that doesn't happen in real life, and then complains that he survived brutal attacks and came back from them.
He did also complain that they were like sidekick characters, but Kai's not a sidekick character either. So
yeah, said that they're serving the white counterparts. Complained about Geras being a slave, even though we showed proof that Chronica treated everyone as slaves. Complained about Kai, but the reality is that Kai just probably didn't resonate with audiences, and that's why they reverted back to Liu Kang. And just made a bunch of nonsense points about Jade also basically being a slave for Kitana. Used the Revenant as a talking point, even though the Revenant's mind is warped, and then said, even the Revenant said it. And I was like, the Revenant is the fucking slave, bro. That's the slave one. not the one that's alive, that formed a relationship with Kotal Khan and looked out for her friend. No, you chose the one that is literally a zombie. Well done. And also ended up going back and serving Kitana and Liu Kang, who were actually dictators. So, or the undead version. So yeah, it was one big L. But do you know what? It was interesting. I would like to see him do a follow-up where he actually talks about what he wants to see from black characters. Or if he could take all of these characters and then tell us how you would change them to interact with the pre-existing world of MK. I think that would be interesting, because if he has this much disdain for the way they've been represented, then he must have a counter to it, surely.
Yeah, I think he just needs to come up with he's done the criticism, show the solution. So what your solution would be like. Obviously, it's going to be, well, I mean, not obviously. It might be tough for him because he's going to have to navigate around all the characters that he's criticized, because now he can't really put those character traits in the character he designs. I don't know what your character's going to look like if you can't tap into any of the characteristics that were shown with those 8 characters. But maybe it's doable.
Do you think he's being bad faith or just misplaced his criticisms? No, I don't think he's being bad faith. I just think he didn't think it through. I think if you listen back to that video, there's no way that you can't hear how many contradictions there are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's. I think he's very earnest about his opinion. I don't think he's like pretending or doing it for clicks or anything. I think he believes them. I just think he's gone. He's seen. I reckon he's seen like 3 or 4 of them, and he went, actually, no. To make my point really like solidified, I have to make it about every black character, and some of them go against other criticisms. That's what I think he did. I think he should have just stuck to like 4 or 5, and it would have been fine. But I felt like he couldn't leave any black character out, because then that would like disprove his point about NRS not liking black characters. I
don't think we missed any black characters. So MK does have a lot of characters, but
someone said noob, but I don't know if that's like a Piccolo's black kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, so Noob Saibot is technically black, but he's covered in darkness. He's not actually a black character.
Oh, he's Piccolo black. Okay.
Yeah, he's Piccolo black. Even when you type in black characters in Mortal Kombat, the first one that comes up is Noob Saibot.
Such a troll.
Yeah, he's not actually a black character though. I think the video is entertaining at the very least. I just think that it wasn't very well thought out.
Oh, someone said Kotal Khan.
No.
He's Mayan,
right? Yeah, Kotal Khan is Mayan. Yeah, Mayans are not black.
He's a god, right? So he's like not. He's got like green skin, right? What
was Kotal Khan again? Because he was a bit of a bitch, so I'm reluctant to call him a god. But he was a bitch though, bro. How many times did he get fucked up?
Wait, we can't do this as Vegeta fans. We have to be careful. No,
because Vegeta's actually got W's, and people like Vegeta. No one likes Kotal Khan, and he had his back broken, and then he had his head ripped off and thrown down some stairs.
Back to the point, because I ain't doing this.
We could
I forgot you was a Vegeta fan. I literally didn't think about it. I was like, and I'm not doing it because C4. I respect C4.
You don't respect me.
No. Yaya, go. I'm staying in my lane. Like I like Kotal, and I can like characters that take a lot of L's because I'm a Vegeta fan. But Mike sees the distinguished fact between Kotal and Vegeta. I think they're both.
Vegeta best W is a sacrifice.
Okay, let me tell you the difference between Vegeta and Kotal. Vegeta typically loses to the main bad guy. Other than that, he gets the W, or like he would have gotten the W if somebody else hadn't taken it. So when the strongest character shows up, Vegeta will normally fuck up someone and then get beaten by the main bad guy. But Kotal lost to Kung Jin, got his back broken in the arena by Shao Kahn, was walking around as a cripple.
Wait, Shao Kahn's a boss though, right?
Yeah, but Kotal Khan is the new Outworld, is the new Emperor of Outworld, and he's meant to be defending his people. Shao Kahn showed up and just fucked him up. And then they gave him an off-screen death. They were on a boat that Sindel and Shao Kahn was on, and the boat pulls up, and Shao Kahn throws Kotal Khan's head off of the boat as like a declaration of war. And I'm like, why have you got Khan in your name, bro?
Vegeta lost to Zarbon.
Vegeta beat Zarbon. Vegeta beat Zarbon.
He lost to Android 18.
Okay, he lost to Android 18. Didn't have his head ripped off.
Bro, people know about Vegeta's arm getting broken. No one, maybe because Kotal Khan's so forgettable, no one knows about the head thing, but everyone knows about Vegeta's arm getting broken. Everyone
because people care about what Vegeta's doing. No one gives a shit about what Kotal's doing.
Bro,
people forgot he lost to Jade. People forgot he lost to Jade. Jade fucked up Kotal Khan. She's not though.
She broke in she in the movie. Apparently people care about Jade.
I didn't say people don't care about her. I said she beat Kotal Khan.
She was broke in the movie. MK2.
Wait, Yaya, you're not hearing me.
I hear you, but you're saying bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
With Vegeta like, sacrificed himself for Majin Buu, right? With the final atonement, just to beat fucking Topo. What's his name? Topo, and to turn the power with the same shit. That nigga was that salty for decades. He had to kill the nigga with the same move. Sauceless.
But he beat someone at a God of Destruction level. Who is Kotal beat?
Oh my god! He barely did this shit.
That's a good question. Who has Kotal beat?
Who's Kotal?
That is a good question.
Whatever, bro.
They're different. Whatever, they're different. Bro. Meaningfully, they're different.
No. I'll let him have it.
Hold on a second. You ain't letting me have it. That is what it is.
It's okay. I'll let the Vegeta fans be happy because I am a Vegeta fan. He not Gohan. But I'll let him out of Vegeta fan.
That's-
I'll let the Vegeta fan have it.
Let's not talk about Gohan, bro.
See, you can't roast Gohan though, because his last W, one of the rawest ones.
Didn't
The Beast Gohan go crazy.
Beast Gohan is one of the stupidest things I've ever seen.
I'm sorry, it was the last raw shit they did.
No, it wasn't.
It's like a girl talking shit. It's like a girl talking shit about you. You'd be like, I still beat though. Not my problem.
You know.
That's toxic as fuck.
The last thing they did with Dragon Ball Super.
You hear this guy? You guys call me a misogynist. You hear what this man just said?
That's Yaya's funny, bro. Yaya's a funny guy.
Gohan, my nigga. I'm sorry, I'm a Gohan Glazer.
Ego's better than fucking.
Nigga hit the fucking spot. Nigga, if they put that nigga in fighters, I'd have been at CEO signed up for fighters. I love that.
Ego's
I love
way
Beast
better than
Gohan.
fucking Beast, bro. Ego's way better than Beast.
Whatever, bro. Nigga be fucking fiending and ego. Like, ugh, I need more. Like fucking veins popping out like he on crack or something.
Gohan's a failed fucking main character.
The failed
Literally
main
is a failed
character.
main character.
Fucking snipe that nigga with the fucking 2 fingers with sauce.
Gohan's a nobody, bro.
Okay, but firstly, it's not the sickest thing that has come out of Dragon Ball as of late. That would be in the manga, and that would be of Goku and Vegeta. Secondly,
Nobody
they
read
did-
that shit, man.
what do you mean? I know you read it. I know you read it.
I know I read it, but the thing that mattered is Beast Gohan. So that's all. That's the last thing that mattered.
Bro, that guy is constantly being trained, man. Fucking.
He wasn't training. That nigga was
If he
reading.
was a Piccolo, if he went for his stepdad, that character is a nobody, bro.
He would have been. He'd have been packed the fuck up. But
Yeah,
you're right. I
go
give
on
you
holiday
that.
and never come back to fight
So-
because he's a
so
pussy, bro.
it's okay.
Imagine allowing like future Gohan, fair, but future Gohan was forced to fight because he had no one else to hold his hands, bro.
He was asked when he was forced to fight.
But we have to convince him. In our universe, we had to convince him. In the future Gohan, he was like, "Oh, there's no one else to fight." Trunks, fucking waste man. He literally had to step up. But Gohan,
This is the problem with Gohan, right? This is the problem with Gohan.
Look, and even no. Before you say this,
Hold on, you're trying to damage control your boy now. I'm going to tell you.
I'm
what's wrong
not
with this
damage
guy.
control. I'm just gonna say Super Saiyan 2 better than whatever Vegeta feet is out there.
yo,
Okay.
yo,
Okay,
bro,
that's an L take, but that's fine. I will correct that in just a second. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why grown men like me and C4 don't like Gohan and why we favor Vegeta. I'll tell you why. The reason why is that for as many losses as Vegeta might take, Vegeta actually goes out there and trains. We've observed Vegeta train.
He still loses.
But we've observed we can relate to Vegeta because we can understand the struggle of trying to get better. Gohan sits on his ass reading a book, gets upset, and gets 10 power-ups.
Yeah,
I can't respect a man like
my favorite character beats your nigga reading Discovery Channel.
this is content brain, bro. This is content creator.
No,
Bro.
it's not.
He just wants to sit there and get stronger, get those views for doing nothing. Like Gohan.
Bro, I wish.
He just wants to rage
shit-
bait. That's literally Gohan power. Rage bait.
No, Gohan.
Oh, you hit my friend? Unlock potential. For what?
Gohan don't need to train because he already had the potential.
He's a half breed. That's it.
Okay.
He's a half breed.
Do you remember the Buu saga when they were in Babadi's ship and Vegeta looked at Gohan and he said, I'm paraphrasing, but he said, when did you turn into a bitch? And Gohan stood there and did nothing. And
Gohan didn't need to. What he gotta hit him for? He still, you know, he's stronger.
Vegeta grabbed him by his scuff, bro, and he said, "You're a bitch." And Goku stood there and did nothing about it. Because in Goku's mind, he was like, "Yeah, my son did turn into a little bitch."
That's not what happened.
Because
Gohan
you can't rebuttal facts, bro.
Go-
That's why he had
Goku
to.
knew-
That's why
Goku-
his daddy had to look. His actual daddy had to go. Yeah, you know what? Even Piccolo couldn't sort him out, bro.
The
Like,
Vegeta glazing chat is crazy. Goku looked at him. He said, "He'll fuck you up with that potential unleashed, bro." He would have cooked
didn't
his
say that,
ass.
bro.
He would have fucking the show would have ended.
Even if he's got the ability to get this unlocked potential, doesn't mean he's not a bitch. You can be the strongest person and be a bitch at the same time. They're not mutually exclusive. He is a bitch.
That's fine.
Look what we were talking about with Jackson and Jackie, right? Gohan would rather look at books, bro, instead of saving the planet that provides him the books.
Okay, man.
The thing with Gohan, and you kind of just said it there. There's two types of people here.
Oh.
Like you just said, he could have just unlocked potential, but how did Gohan get that? He went and sat down with a bunch of gods, and they had to sit there and find the potential inside of him. Gohan wasn't getting that shit himself. Whereas someone like Vegeta, you want to hear how badass Vegeta is? Goku obtains Super Saiyan Red, or God by going and doing the ritual. How did Vegeta get it? Does anyone know how Vegeta got red?
Not by holding hands like a pussy.
Not by holding hands like a pussy. How did Vegeta get it, guys?
Look,
Vegeta got it by being
how mid Vegeta is.
Talk to him, Mike. Tell him how.
In GT, that
Wait,
nigga
hold on,
couldn't
hold
go.
on.
He had
Hold on, hold on,
to
Yaya.
skip. He had to cheat.
Goku cheated as well, though. They both cheated to get Super Saiyan.
It don't matter. Goku the main character. It don't count the
Oh
same.
my god, this fucking guy. How did Vegeta get red?
Wasn't it Whis? I'm training with Whis.
He trained and got Super Saiyan God, even though they said you
Yeah.
can only get that shit by doing the ritual. So this man, so
Yeah,
that
that's
ain't
plot holes. That's bad
I'm not-
writing.
No, what happened was Vegeta said, "Ain't no bitch. I'm gonna train to get this," and he got it himself. And
Yo,
Vegeta
Vegeta glazes
got
are
acknowledged.
crazy.
That's not a glaze. That's what happened.
How is that? Bro, the guy said, "Oh, you said I can't acquire this with fucking blood, sweat, and tears and grinding." He did the fucking grinding, bro. He did the grinding and proved them wrong.
See, you got that profile picture and you just wrong. Like, I know the kid, you know.
He's half right.
You can
I don't know. I don't know why people don't want relatable characters.
I'll let y'all have coolest loser. No, relatable is Gohan.
You're
a nigga that don't want to fight.
Be the strongest. Do you think that's? You think that's
yeah,
real?
because when some shit happened to you in real life, you want to crash out.
Okay, so the relatable character is the one that is fighting a space Nazi on Namek and has no chance of beating him, but gets randomly angry and somehow gains the power to beat a being that has been oppressing.
Yes, that is real life. It's called fight or flight. You turn that shit on when shit goes south.
Your Twitter, bro. It's called rage bait. That's what it's called. He got rage baited, and then instead of fighting, he just flies at people with his fucking massive noggin.
Yeah, he's
empty,
throwing shit
he couldn't
all
get brain damage because he's a dummy when he's a kid.
He get mad. He go, Masenko, you will die. That's my goal.
I can't believe he said the character that did no training is more relatable.
Yeah,
like,
because
I will never let. You know what? You've actually taught me something. I'm never gonna let my daughter watch Gohan. I'm gonna be teaching her terrible life lessons. Terrible life lessons.
Type it in the chat with me, Masenko. That's my shit.
if they leaned into Gohan being smart because he studied, fine. But that
he
guy is fight averse. He is the definition of just talent, raw talent, no skill, no training. The writers just said we want him to be the main character. People said no, we want Goku. They went, you know what? Fine, you're not the main character, but you can never lose. You're a fucking half breed, bro. You're Blade. You're a Daywalker. He's not a main character with all the perks of a main character.
Chi-Chi forced him to study.
Actual Daywalker.
I knew he was gonna go to Resurrection of F. I knew he was gonna bring up that mid-ass picture.
This is the kind of man that Gohan is, right? Gohan was left to basically, with Goku and Vegeta ain't there, you're the guy, Gohan. This guy not only got fucked up by Frieza, but he powered up to get his dad's attention and basically died.
What do you power up for? Like
in that movie, Goku got sniped by a death beam.
Yeah, but Goku and Vegeta got the job done at the end of the day.
Because of rewind time, because of Whis. Whis got the job done at the end of the day.
Tell me that's not pussy. What timeline is not pussy, bro?
Not that he did the right thing.
Well, call mommy and daddy.
Yeah.
If you don't think that's pussy, then fine. But me personally, I'm not pussy. I'm not gonna go. Help me, daddy, again. Mm-hmm. That guy only trains when he's told to train.
What happened to Gohan when Frieza came back again? He wasn't training again at that time, yeah, and he got fucked up. Goku and Vegeta don't step off the gas, but Gohan, you got to basically beg that guy to fight. Vegeta lost to Frieza this movie. No, okay. Vegeta beat Frieza, and then Frieza, in his down state, did something dirty and blew up the planet. Okay, Vegeta beat his ass. Pause.
Yeah, they was running in Fusion Reborn. Gohan don't run. Whatever y'all want to say, he don't run. He just don't start the fight.
He don't run.
Gohan don't run.
He couldn't run from Frieza.
He don't need to. That's not pussy. He stood there and took the ass.
He constantly say, "I don't want to fight."
Yeah, he said he don't want to fight.
Physically running away, but he doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, you could be a strong nigga and be a pacifist. That's not a real thing, and there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, I just wish he earned his strength. That's what I'm saying.
He earned his strength from crashing out.
Yeah, this is
When you get mad at some shit, don't
No
you want
good
to
life
crash
lessons.
out?
No good life lessons.
It is good life lessons.
We'll just get mad. And that will
No,
solve all
not
your
just
problems.
get mad, but you have scenarios where shit triggers you getting mad.
So you literally said, no, not what I said, but I'm just going to rephrase what you said. Yeah. So you're saying,
okay.
Don't train anyone. Just read, just go through Twitter, get angry, get mad, get stronger. That's Yaya's life lesson.
No, that's not the life lesson.
Also, Yaya, Mo is right. Gohan had all the power, and he still got swamped by Super Buu.
That is the one L I'll give to Gohan. He was also fucking trolling.
Look at what he did with Cell. He started trolling
has
Cell.
also done that multiple times and not finished the fucking job.
Yeah,
no,
Team Gohan. He was trolling Cell, and he oh no. There's gonna be beef on the timeline, guys. Let me just warn you now.
With who?
Fighting Jim and Moonsault. There's a video that Fighting Gems uploaded, and it's called "Exposing How Moonsault Slayer Makes Videos." And I'll put the thumbnail on screen. This.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.